Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight's episode 3, season 2 of our one-shot of Nova. I have no clue how we end up here, but here we are. We're playing the Cypher system, which is a beautiful system that covers basically any setting that you want. As I found out, I have done superheroes, I've done the zombie apocalypse, I've done time traveling, and now we're in a sci-fi setting. So if you've never checked it out, go do so. There's now a character builder online. Not a sponsor. But before we dive into it, do just a few announcements to go through. Speaking of sponsors, we are sponsored tonight and every stream by Soul Muppet Publishing. They are a very cool publishing house with a bunch of really cool games under their belt, namely Orbital Blues, which we have done a playthrough of on the channel. And as soon as I get my grubby little paws on Orbital Blues Afterburn, you'll see some more Orbital Blues content. But make no promise when that will be. If you want to watch that series, or any of the rest of our series that made it to YouTube, you can do so by finding our YouTube channel, just Lost Caravan RPG. We have hundreds of videos, well over 1,000 hours, which is craziness. But we would really heckin' appreciate it if you would give us the likes and the follows and the subs and all that good stuff that pleases the algorithm, because that rules everything. All hail the algorithm. But I think that's all I got. Trying to buy some time so that my lovely cast here, get their jitters out, that we can, limber up. Because I have a feeling we are in for a heck of a session. But before we dive in, why don't we go around, let everyone tell you who they are, who they're playing, and how they're feeling about this neat little Gaia world that we in. We will go left to right, top to bottom, as we do. Which means that first up, totally not a vampire, is Turk. Kind of the opposite of immortal.
The character I play is, because he is Joseph Flodmir, former call sign Strigori. And he's having a great time. All of his friends are trying to off themselves with their decisions, and no, oh yeah, I just want to see everyone shrug. It was really fun. Yeah, I'm excited for my bi-weekly trauma and to get into it about the current situation. I think his plan's very interesting. I think Joseph is hopeful that the downsides can be mitigated or countered. And I think right now his focus is primarily on finding that other team, or at least following their trail.
Absolutely.
It seems.
Focus on that work.
Yeah.
All that emotion crap can hold off till later.
Well, he's not going to die any slower if he is an emotionally complete person. Like
that's
he can't
fact.
he can't like Buddha ascend his way out of organ failure.
Absolute facts. And speaking of questionable character decisions, over to Kian.
I have never made a questionable character decision in my entire life.
That's a lie.
I have never once. I will be telling my therapist that I won't be dying any slower if I'm an emotionally complete person. So thank you for that, Turk. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon. I am playing Nikki, call sign Sunshine, who is, not too happy with the team. Got yanked by a giant invisible jaguar bear vibe.
Fair, yeah.
I don't really remember because it disappeared. We weren't able to kill it, if I remember correctly. And so is not pleased about that, but Nikki is an explorer at heart, and this is a new place to explore. So I think if nothing else, they're probably a little curious. And the attempt to be emotionally mature weighed against the desire to explore this planet is, the results remain to be determined. We'll all find out together what Nikki decides is more important.
Absolutely. Speaking of being important, over to Blair.
Certainly what.
Oh my
Nikki chose.
God. I got a good one. Hi, I'm Blair, or underscore Canadian Moose all over the place. I play Cass, call sign Dolly, because everybody's saying call sign, so I'm gonna say that. Weirdly enough, this planet is vibing to be a little bit more chill than the ship was. And there's cute cats here, so that's fun.
True.
We're safe right now,
Mhm.
so that's good.
Definitely safe right now.
Cool. Loved that. I shouldn't have said anything. But yeah. I don't know. I think Cass just kind of like rolling with the crew. Rolling with the crew, seeing what happens. It's kind of like when you think something's about to happen and you're kind of just waiting for it. I think that's kind of Cass's vibe right now. Just waiting for something.
Things have been too easy up to
Probably.
this point.
Right, totally. Totally. So easy. Chill.
Yeah. And speaking of being adorable, over to JD.
That was a transition. That was a beautiful segue. Hi, I'm JD, pronouns he, they. You can find me on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean pretty much everywhere. And in this game, I am playing Corbin Calloway, formerly callsign Reaper. And I don't know, I think arguably he is the most well-adjusted member of this team. Nothing to worry about, nothing to be concerned about.
Mhm.
He's doing just fine, and his only focus is on making sure everybody survives, especially those who do not seem invested in that as an outcome. I'm looking at you, Nikki, and you, Joseph.
Nikki, we'll have words. We'll have words.
Yeah, have them. Have them. Give me all of them. Have as many as you'd like.
They're free. Take a free sample. And speaking of not surviving, over to JT.
Caldwell has never died in the million lifetimes that he has lived. Hi, I am JT. I'm at WeebGeet all over the internet. My pronouns are they, them. Tonight, I'll be playing the true most well-adjusted person on the team, Caldwell. Former foodie, boy genius, youngest member of the team, turned robot. And he just wants to do his science in his lab and wants to save his friends. He doesn't care what's on this planet or what they find.
Truly just a little guy.
The littlest.
A harmless little guy. Definitely don't have any secrets that has been shared with me over private Discord messages. That would be ridiculous.
I would never.
As I said before this stream started, I can't trust anybody in this family. We're all lying to each other at this point.
I have never told a lie. I have never and will never lie to you, Kian.
Lying by omission is lying, JD.
Actually, it's a lie. JD, will lie to you, Kian, but Corbin will not lie to Nikki.
Guys, please, we haven't even started yet.
I know it feels like we've been started with the tension already in this introduction here.
That just leaves me. I'm Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game and for most games around here. And I am excited to dive on into this. I should probably kick up some exploration. There we go. Last time on Nova, we landed on our Gaia world. We hit an EMP field. We finally found some kind of signature. Found traces of the last crew that was sent here. Although nothing physical, nothing that you've seen, just signals unable to escape the planet's atmosphere, so they've just kind of been bouncing around for who knows how long. But we did, thanks to some very skillful piloting, successfully land our little spacecraft in the middle of a very gently flowing, very wide river, and we met some of the local flora and fauna, some of which have taken a liking to you, and may have snuck aboard your ship. Snuck. We use that term very loosely because they may also have been smuggled aboard. One of our crew almost got eaten by an invisible bear, but was rescued, thankfully. And after much debate, which I'll let you go back and watch that if you want to, everything that happened. We saw that the sun was starting to set, and decided to get back on our little spacecraft and just safely hover in the air. Because as soon as the sun did set, and as soon as it got fully dark, the denizens of this world came to life. Hundreds of thousands of tiny little bird-like creatures took off into the air amongst much larger creatures, all fully nocturnal, all now enjoying the freshly warmed planet for them to go do whatever it is that these creatures do while they're out and about. I'll leave that for you all to discuss. I don't know that we'd had any total plans yet, so I'm going to pass it on over, see what our characters think about the current situation. You all have had time to rest, so I don't think that anyone could possibly need more than 4d6 plus 16 healing, but you could either fully heal or you can roll it. I leave it up. But other than that, Dina's yours. What would you all like to do?
I have a question about the planet itself.
Mhm.
When the sun was out, was it like abnormally hot, or was it like good temps? Was it like Death Valley or San Diego?
It wasn't an inhospitable environment.
Okay.
Also, I don't know that any of you would have a good gauge of what a normal sun would feel like.
You're right. Holy shit. I forgot. We lived in the darkness.
So for you,
What about-
it
what about-
probably was almost unbearably warm.
Wow. So Texas, cool. What about nighttime? Like, do we have like a temperature gauge? Is it like are we gonna walk outside and is it gonna be like that episode of Magic School Bus and that one kid's head freezes? Do y'all remember that? Sorry, I just had to relive that in my brain.
Are you talking about the episode where Arnold exposes himself to a vacuum?
And turns to stone, as vacuums do to people.
That was a scary episode, and I don't want that to happen to us.
No, it does drop to about freezing, a little above freezing, but
Okay.
it's certainly not, inhospitable.
Not head freezing? Okay, good. Good. Thank you.
The little buddies aboard your ship do seem to be enjoying the controlled temperature.
Is it our bedtime? Not nighttime, because I know it's all dark, but like, where are we starting? Are we all asleep?
If you want to sleep, you are more than welcome to do so.
That sounded like a threat. That was. I didn't like that.
So if I could kind of I think what Joseph would like to start trying to do is scan for any signals. Since now it's pretty obvious that the other team that was sent here survived for a significant enough amount of time to, not just be worrying about essentials and actually start classifying things. He'd like trying to scan for any signals that might have been blocked by the outer atmosphere, but would still possibly be around here.
Absolutely. I would love to have you make the first roll of the game.
Thank you.
It is absolutely going to be intellect.
All right. I have a lot of that. Would a skill in identifying help with that, or is that more of a knowing thing?
I would say so, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll make that roll there. 16.
Yeah. Let's see. There's actually a few different points on this planet that are giving you signals that look familiar enough that they could be the other team, or at least something that they left behind that would be giving off.
I'll just start putting us on a path towards the nearest one.
Sure.
I think as it's happening, Nikki is trying to sketch the critters, whatever is lit up in front of the lights of the ship, kind of pathways, any markers that they can kind of get a periphery of, just to kind of start to map something out. They have no idea how long it's going to be dark, but having some kind of sense of where we are.
Mostly just kind of like echolocation pings that's giving you like the physical topographical map of the space below you as you fly. Yeah. Easy. Anyone else?
Caldwell's probably doing work on the cure that they've been developing for old Nikki and Joseph.
Why'd you say old Nikki?
Old Nikki
Like
and Joseph.
old Nikki and Joseph for the
Oh, I was like, what do you know, JT?
nothing. I don't know anything. Please.
Yeah. I mean, you're not really in a position to like sit down for a week and make huge leaps, but it'll basically be cumulative with the work you've done up until we can make another roll and how much progress you've made. Well, Joseph, since I assume that you are alone in the pilot seat.
Yeah.
Is that the best
Wait.
vantage point? Are there like
in the seat with the piloting tools?
are there windows along the side of the ship so that I can see, or
Yeah.
like
I mean,
whatever's?
You can see our ship, I believe.
Oh, I can see the ship. I forgot. Not on that screen. Okay, I'm not in the pilot seat. I'm probably moving between the different windows and kind of like checking what's on the topography map. I've also it's gonna bite me in the ass. I have found a button on the ship and I've duct taped it down. I don't know what it does, but I have a roll of duct tape, so
I've
Gotta
never
stay
made a
ready.
bad decision. That's an interesting quote.
Airlock.
we don't know. Might not be a bad decision. Okay. Please don't ask me to play a game hoop.
I forgot to ask. Are all of you accepting your 1 free XP the game?
Yes.
What's the
Yeah,
trade-off?
it's the free intrusion.
I just
Yep.
get a free
Okay.
intrusion against you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely, of course.
I hate that we all just accept this so willy-nilly.
But you don't
But
have
sure.
to.
No, the whole team's doing it. Like I said last time, I'm jumping off the bridge. I was gonna ask though, is it like one like pilot seat, or is it like Mass Effect? Like there's
Well, like
two.
Mass Effect, where there's multiple seats at different stations.
Okay, Cass has used one of the little food blocks to slowly lure one of the cats over to the second seat and is just kind of like having it follow, and is gonna sit there and feed this cat while watching outside, because what else? What the fuck else is she gonna do? So
I mean, they're very, very friendly.
do I just have one, or did multiple follow me?
Uh, I think the others allowed you to have like what 5, 6? I don't remember the number we said.
There was 5. I didn't write it down, but I think there was 5. 5 sounds like a good number.
I mean, they would follow
Yeah.
you unless you physically stopped them.
You wrote it down. Okay. She was meaning to just lead one, but if they all follow, she can't say no to all 5. So, sorry, Turk, this accidentally became more annoying for Joseph than Cass meant for it to be. But yeah, it's just gonna cuddle puddle all the cats while feeding them this like food bar.
Well, Joseph,
Yeah.
and I guess anyone up in the cockpit at the moment. Especially, in fact, I won't actually need a roll for this because one of you is actively doing a scan of the terrain around and beneath of you. You take off through the air. I assume that you are not intentionally trying to make more noise or make more of a presence than is necessary.
No, yeah,
Uh,
kind
Then-
of chilling.
Nikki would probably be the first one to actually notice that pass by what kind of looks like this very small, jagged mountain range at one point. The ping goes out. It starts to map it. And then after a few moments, the ping goes out again. And you notice the topography is entirely different. As if there was a, small ridge or hill underneath you, and now it's just gone.
Is this as though like the mountain range was like demarcating a change in topography, or is this like along the mountain range there's just like a section gone?
There's just a
Kind of
section that is now gone. It was there a moment ago, is now gone.
Joseph,
What?
Joseph, stop the ship, stop the ship.
Stop it? Oh, why?
Look at the map. We're just, at least give me a second to kind of like see if I can get eyes on this. There's something missing from this mountain range, which feels really weird to say and might be a totally normal thing on this planet, but
Fine.
if nothing else, it's a landmark.
And they'll hold the ship in the air and allow for further scans, and yeah.
Do you have all of the lights on as we did at the end of last session?
I'll hit some of the lights to illuminate the lower area.
Then you would very clearly, from your windows, see that aforementioned chunk of mountain that was lying there has risen up to about eye level with you, if it had eyes. Its face is
Doesn't-
almost lizard-like, and it just kind of raises up and seems to be waiting something.
Joseph, maybe start the ship again.
It's still on. Give me a second. I want to check if the other team has anything on this. And if nothing else, I do have an ability that might be useful here. So could I quickly? I've got like a risk computer that I've been using.
Yeah. I'm resetting the boundary because
Ah. um. So does the old team have anything, or
there are some records, mostly unclassified, of larger than average creatures.
Okay. I would love to use my ability to scan. Like it's I can put the text up.
Oh, your actual like character ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um
An intellectual.
yeah.
Versus this thing's difficulty.
Well, it's a natural 20. And here comes Storm in the train engine. Hello. Anyway,
So that beats difficulty of 6.
oh, I'd hope so.
That is
So
not high enough.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
so fucked. We're so fucked. Oh my god.
Okay. Well, it's still a major effect, right?
It is absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's something. Trying to remember the major effects list. Okay.
You know what? I would trade you that major effect for at least some information about this.
Yeah. No, I'd love like literally anything. It's um pertinent about the matter and energy in that area.
Matter?
Well, it's scanning a creature object always reveals its level. You also
Oh,
learn
always
whatever
reveals its
effects
level. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's level 8.
Okay.
Which was a DC 24. Can't be rolled in a D20. But this thing has been classified as a Leviathan. It is a cavern lord creature, which was the very bare minimum of classification they could do of it. It mostly deals within the labyrinthine cave systems below the surface of the planet. It does come up once the sun sets to scavenge for food, as it is not a hunter. Far too large and far too slow to be a hunter. And from their observation, is mostly harmless to humans.
That's it's nice.
That's a choice word.
Let's note that these being mostly harmless to people. It's normally underground. This one's just coming up to look for food.
But we're not that food.
No, I don't think so.
What do you think it eats?
Plants.
Probably a good guess.
They
Anything
don't.
that's too slow, get.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate the beauty of nature, but also recognize that even a vegetarian can kill you if it's giant. Not normal vegetarians. Human vegetarians are obviously all harmless.
I know some
Hey,
very scathing
hey.
vegetarians.
Excuse me.
I know.
Give the players some visual perspective here. Imagine if Godzilla was fused with a gray whale.
No, Your Honor, I love him.
Oh my god, so it's cute. I was gonna ask if we rolled high enough to figure out if it's cute.
From what you can
picturing-
see, its mouth is basically just, rows of these kind of blunted teeth where it will just set its head down and just rake the vegetation into its body.
Like,
I did far too much research into non-existent creatures for this game. I just want you to know.
You wanted us to adopt all of them. Like, that's what I'm coming to understand.
So it's basically a giant underground land whale.
I pictured a Goobu from Final Fantasy 14.
I love a Goobu.
I'm gonna drop a picture in our chat, but
Good little fellas,
they're
Goobus.
so cute. They're so ugly.
Was this at the front window or the side window?
But it literally lifted its head eye level with your ship.
Nice.
How high up are we right now? I look at Joseph.
I think close to a mile up.
Oh, that's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
Yep.
Probably just interested in whatever we're doing. Still just looking at us, chilling out.
After a few moments of sitting there, nothing happening, it would lower itself back down and begin its hunt for.
Nikki, hurry up and draw it before it goes away. Hurry.
I've absolutely drawn it. My drawing looks like a Goobu. I don't know if it's accurate, but
Yes.
my drawing looks like a Goobu.
I will throw this out there for you, the players, as something that you, the characters, would probably have put together, in that the energy that your ship gives off is something that is naturally unknown to the creatures of the planet, and they will naturally find very curious and will likely come to investigate.
Just checking us out. It's fine. We might, if we ever have to go underground, you might see more of them.
Good to know. Also good to know that the mountain ranges move. It's going to be very easy to get lost. So hopefully we will come across more permanent landmarks.
Also, we
That's why
probably
the
want
ship
to
is auto scanning.
write down that if we do say that this planet is fit enough for people to live on, that thing can just like tear a village. So probably a good thing to make note.
It's been logged by the previous team.
Great. Good.
Well, after a short trek across the planet, again seeing multiple signatures of various sizes, most of which, those that can fly at least, but like close enough to inspect what this thing is in the air around them, and then get scared off and start to sink. Nothing really comes to challenge you. But you would also reach the first ping that you're getting of the previous team. You are seeing signs of a crash, like treetops that have been, ripped off. Your scans would show that there's grooves on the ground, as if a shuttle like yours landed and skidded for quite a ways before finally coming to a stop.
Joseph, is this thing scanning just for old signals, or is it anything that gives off a power source?
I remember we looked for a power source earlier, and there was not a lot planet side, but deep within, underground. So I was just scanning. Now that we've confirmed the old team is at the very least probably had some kind of camp or made attempts to make contact with the ship, I'm looking for any transmissions that we can still pick up. There's a lot of tech here that could theoretically give off energy signatures, or small camps could be used to try and send transmissions. This is just the closest one.
It's probably worth going down and checking out.
No, that's why we're here.
Nikki will go toward getting one of those fucking suits. Begrudgingly. But I will wear something to protect me, to not get yelled at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll find a spot to at least set the ship to hover somewhere. But ideally land.
There are enough clearings that you could land if you.
All right. I'm bringing her down.
What is everyone's plan? Are we all suiting up? Letting Nikki go alone?
Absolutely not.
No, we didn't say that.
It
No.
went so well last time, though. What?
It went so well last time.
Now I know better. I won't
No.
make so much noise.
You haven't even learned how to read. We expect you to learn a lesson of life.
I can shut the fuck up when I need to. All right, Shigori, unlike some of us, I am capable.
I don't know who that was directed at. Like, everyone turned to look at you. Like, how dare you?
No, that wasn't in character. Only in his head. No.
Yeah, Nikki's gonna suit up and pocket my thermite grenade. It is on me. And yeah, I'm gonna bring, I don't know if there's enough technology that I can bring this with me, but I would like to bring something that continues to scan the topography. But I want to store Nikki would probably go to Caldwell and be like, I want this, but portable, and I want to be able to store the images somewhere else in case this dies. Can I do that?
You mean like a camera?
Something that is not tied to the ship's systems. I'm not confident that something is going to happen, and I want something that I can bring with me and then draw in our downtime so that we have a physical copy of whatever we come across.
Out here, you can either tie it to an internal hard drive, the ship, or me.
I'll hold out my hands to Caldwell.
I would
To
offer you a short-term benefit. Can spend 2 XP. Basically give you an asset that you use that you could apply to any role that you make regarding it that would do exactly what you.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'll spend that XP. Wonderful. I will hold my hands back from Caldwell because I figured it out myself.
I mean, just, climbing down into the belly of the ship, just looking for, like, one of the backup scanners you have, just removing it, attaching a handle to it, and just good to go.
Wonderful. Nikki would be able to do that. Kian doesn't understand a lot of sci-fi
100%.
stuff, but Nikki's there.
Right. Who else is on this expedition?
Absolutely me.
Obviously going.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah?
Great.
Is Joseph coming with us?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just checking. You didn't say anything, so I wanted to confirm.
No one worry at all.
I'd like to keep an uplink with the ship's comms, if possible, the ship systems.
Yeah. There won't be anyone here to talk to you back, but you can.
I just need to ping this ship, if possible, to check its systems for any anomalies outside of normal.
Yeah. Enough. I am starting an 8-segment clock. Basically, just to represent your general disturbance of the terrain in the area, the creatures, the flora, the fauna. There's generally how much of a disturbance you are making. But it's 8 segments, so you're fine.
This feels like whenever you're in Minecraft and you go into the deep dark and you have to hide from this. What are they?
Oh
The
my
skulker
God.
things? And I'm
Yeah.
not good at that. I'm so bad at that.
We have to crouch the whole time.
Does anybody bring any wool for us to step on?
Yes. Cass has lined up all 5 of these cat things. Wait, I did write this down. Mokrin? Is that what they were? The little cats? Mokrin? She's lined up all 5 of them, and she's broken the little food bar into 5 pieces and set a bit down in front of each one and said, "All right, now each of you stay here. Don't leave the ship because we don't know what's out there, and y'all stay safe inside, and we're gonna go figure it out." And then is gonna put on her suit and just instinctually take out one of the little light things, not turn it on. Think about it and be like, "Wait, did we say light was okay or not?"
I mean, they can't see. I think they're mostly tracking us by sound. So I think light's okay.
If anybody does not want me to use the floaty light, please speak now or forever hold your peace.
God descends from above and says that, yes, light makes no difference. They're blind.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lord. All right. And, yeah, once we get like moving out, I think she's just gonna use one of the little like floaty light things to just kind of like hover around our group.
These environmental suits, I'm picturing hazmat suits. Are they like those?
Yes, but way more maneuverable. Like, I don't know if
But
you ever
that much
played
space?
Halo, but like an ODST drop suit.
I sucked at
Like-
Halo.
Like a spacesuit kind of thing.
Like a spacesuit. I'm gonna open mine up and I'm gonna grab one of those cats and I'm gonna put it inside the suit. It's gonna hang out with me.
They
Sorry.
can become 2-dimensional, so literally they can take up 0 space.
That's okay. That's at the cat's discretion.
Wait, so we're leaving 4 and we're taking 1?
Also,
Nikki
they
took one.
can become the size of a bus.
It's at the cat's discretion. I saw that it was helpful though. That thing helped. And Dolly trusts him. So I'm bringing a cat with me.
I'm just imagining it turning into a bus in your suit. Like
Yep.
it just erupts from your chest.
Yeah, that's if that thing erupts from your suit and this habitat is not livable. What's your plan there?
I already jumped out and breathed everything and was fine. I'm just
Yeah.
keeping
Nikki,
him warm.
Nikki,
We'll
did you
back
ask
up.
it if it likes the suit? Just double check with it, make sure it's okay.
Does the cat seem okay?
It seems okay, yeah.
That's reinforced in the back, isn't it? I mean, if
I think it likes the controlled temperature. It's going to be nice
if
and
it
toasty.
expands inside of you, you would be crushed.
Wouldn't be the first time a suit's tried to kill me. We're fine.
Well,
Is not the attitude you should be taking to this.
have
Suits kill
landed.
sometimes.
that back hatch is opened. All of you with your pressurized suits, your temperature controlled suits. You would immediately get that warning that the air you're stepping out into is near freezing. So it is not advised that any of you spend a whole lot of time out there outside of. But amidst the light that Cass is casting, it's not to trigger anyone that has any phobias with. But the ground does basically move at the impact of your steps, because there are creatures there that are so dark and blend in so well that, short of shining a light under every single footstep, you would never see them.
Not the biggest fan. I will Nikki. Yeah, not the biggest. Actually, do these things look like small critters or like limbs being pulled?
Small critters, almost scorpion-like.
Okay. Unfortunate, but acceptable.
They're most creatures here. Their initial reaction to any sort of predator or outside force that they're unsure of what it is, their reaction is to just flee. Nothing so far, other than the giant invisible bear, has showed any sort of aggression.
Was it like literally like covering the whole ground? Like every time we make a step, they kind of like
Not
scatter.
the whole ground, but enough
Okay.
that you have to kind of be careful where you step.
Oh, okay. Ugh, gross.
Who's in the lead? Love it. Why don't we make just my initial gut says intellect, but I feel like this probably actually falls more under speed.
Okay.
Up difficulty 3. It's not overly difficult to navigate, especially with the blueprints you have, like the scans you've already done.
I'm trained in geography.
Absolutely. Down to difficulty 2.
Cool. Good thing, because that was an 8.
Good enough. For avoiding any potentially uneven footing, sticking to mostly the even paths that you had seen from above, and would get through with really out any.
As we're looking, is there anything that's giving off light in any direction?
Yes, that would be Cass's drone.
That's it.
Yes, but giving you the caveat that anything that might glow in the dark probably wouldn't do so if there is an active light source out.
Fair. Okay. And we're just headed to their crash site, campsite.
Looks like a
I
crash
thought it
site,
was-
yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I will get us over as quietly as I can and start to survey when we're there.
Then yeah. I guess before moving on, is there anything that any of the rest of you would like to do as we are walking?
Behind light source lad, the bot. I'd like to take a peek around with the MVGs.
Oh. Let's see. Any number of creatures. Again, just attracted to something weird in their environment. From those scorpion-like creatures, which the previous team called lurkers.
Mm-hmm.
They have this, jet black exoskeleton that is meant to blend into the darkness. You would also see much larger, more panther-like creatures that just sit far off enough from you that it's not like you're about to walk into one of them, but they are definitely tracking your movement.
Any files on them?
They call them I have too many notes. I have a problem. They call them stalkers. Predators that thrive in the dark of the planet's extended nights. Sleek and agile, they represent large feline-like creatures with jet black fur, allowing them to blend into the darkness. They are solitary hunters, completely silent, even to advanced sound detection equipment. They are undetectable. They also don't really make any moves to attack if they feel like they can't take out their prey in one swift go. So as long as you're together, you should be fine. Also, all of those bat-like creatures, those hundreds of thousands of bat-like creatures that you saw, have kind of landed on the trees. They're eating away at leaves, at fruit, at roots, at anything, just enjoying being out and about.
Mm-hmm. I'll ping the team on our communicators. There are large predators in the trees that are just holding on for us. Notes indicate they won't get aggressive unless someone is isolated. No running off.
How do you
Nikki.
how do you know that those are there?
You like turn around and he's just got the green splinter cell, three green light dots looking at you. Just technology.
Why did you? What was the purpose of me leading?
You seemed like you were having a good time, and I wanted to see if there's anything that we couldn't already see.
Okay, well, might
Plus,
have been
if
helpful, but
not everyone
Now
has
is not the time for this.
not everyone has night vision goggles.
What
You
the
all need to see
fuck?
where you're going.
Don't need them.
I assume that this conversation is all muffled. It is over comms, not loud enough for anything to hear.
Yeah, no.
Shouting it out loud into the darkness.
Well, as we get closer to the campsite, we'd all see the telltale signs, the jagged terrain, the walls cut into the ground, the trees that have been knocked over and uprooted just from force of impact. And at the center of the crash site lies the mangled remains of the spacecraft. Its hull twisted and torn from force of impact alone. The main carriage of the ship itself does look like it is mostly intact, as it is designed to do in case of emergency impact. The drop door was physically cut away, could not be opened, and it had to be what is the name of that tool?
Welded.
You basically like a blowtorch
Like a
to cut
blowtorch, yeah,
a hole through it. There's enough power left here that it is pinging that signal again and again.
They escaped.
That's good. Explains how these the files that we had were made.
but we can assume they never got communication even back to the main ship.
It's impossible. For now.
We need something incredibly strong, or to break through the EMP field, or, well, to turn off the EMP field, however that's generated.
We probably don't want to turn it off. If it's making up part of the atmosphere, it's probably necessary for life on this planet to exist.
If we can find out what's generating it, perhaps it's an artificial thing.
This feels like a conversation that perhaps we could have back on our ship.
Can we have inside this one?
We could find data or things they might have left behind if another team came along. It's would be worthwhile to check out.
I can plug into their console or something, I don't know.
There's enough power there, at least for a signal. Yeah, black box at least.
Can I enter their ship?
Absolutely. I would be insulted if you did.
Okay, noted. Scared, but noted.
It's very similar to yours. Also, a lot of what you're seeing, like any little side paths that lead to the sleeping quarters, the small mess hall, storage, any of those have all absolutely been collapsed down or entirely ripped away just from the force of the impact. But you are seeing just that main stretch of the interior of the cabin that leads from the drop door to the pilot's chair. Or it would if there wasn't an entire section in the middle that has collapsed down dangling wires just hanging almost like vines from above. And you are seeing the footwear as well as bottom half of a spacesuit kind of jutting up from underneath that wreckage. As if someone did not.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Basically.
I'm the only one here who would get that.
Well, technically, then you'd know it's the Wicked Witch of the East that gets hit by the house.
Why would I correct you about that? Who would I correct you for?
Me.
Are you all headed in?
I would like to ask Joseph for the night vision goggles, and I would like to stay near the entrance and keep an eye out. And kind of find a point that lets me see all the open spots back to a wall to try to keep an eye out for something that might come and attack the ship.
Probably.
Does Joseph give me the night vision goggles?
But yeah, I was working on it. I was doing a little scene.
I'm sorry, Turk. My bad.
It's just, he'll detach them from the suit setup he has and flip them over to you. Don't look into any direct light with this or you'll burn your eyes.
Luckily, there's not a whole lot of that around here, and I imagine that Nikki looks up and one of the lights zips by as soon as the goggles are on. It's just like, oh, shit, okay. All right, point taken.
And remember, the lurkers are out there, so don't be isolated or too far away. Even if you can see all of them, you might be alone that you perk their interest.
I'll stay as close to the team as I can.
You should probably be even a little bit closer at that.
Well, I know my judgment for that is skewed, but I will not wander off, Joseph.
I'm not worried about you wandering off. Just getting picked off.
Maybe we should hang out in pairs and make sure none of us are alone enough.
We're all inside the ship, and Nikki stays close enough to the entrance. They might give us some room, not being able to see all our numbers.
I will stay with the group, head on a swivel. But I will stay with the group. And then whenever we stop, I'll find a spot that I can kind of keep an angle. But I imagine that Caldwell and Joseph are going to be doing some sciencey comm shit, so.
Yeah, at the moment, since the ship is basically bisected by a force that, when it landed, it bent, none of you can really get more than 30 or so feet away from each other. So as long as you're staying in the doorway, you're within sight. Those of you...
We'll try to find an access panel then.
You do have access to basically all of the maintenance consoles and everything that are more towards the back of the ship. If you want the recordings, the flight logs, things like that, crew logs, that would be up towards the front of.
I'm interested in the body.
Yeah. The suit is identical to yours. If you wanted to pull it out, you could probably get someone to start lifting up that beam and then drag the body out.
I would like to do that, yes.
And whoever wants to lift, I would need a strength roll.
I mean, if it's in the general vicinity, Nikki will silently does not want to address relationship problems, but we'll
Give
go.
up your position as the lookout.
I did.
I mean, I could also lift it if you don't want to lift it.
If Dolly goes for it, then Nikki's gonna step back.
You said might?
It is a might roll, yes. You're looking at a difficulty of 4.
16. Okay.
Target number 12.
Okay. If I use the edge, I have to say it beforehand, right?
I would
Okay.
even say that Corbin could be there providing enough assistance that would count as an asset, so it would bump it down to difficulty 3, target number 9.
Okay, I'll go with that.
And if you want to spend some efforts, that would drop it even.
I haven't rolled anything yet, so I don't know how these digital dice are gonna do. I'll do. No, I'll just roll it.
So 9 or higher. Out of the
17.
17. Absolutely. It just takes a few moments to proper positioning, and then just setting your shoulder and lifting. Lighter than you expected. I am going to offer GM in truth.
To me?
Mm-hmm. And in fact, you unfortunately don't get any XP because you accepted the free XP at the top of the game.
Cool. Great. Did you just crush?
You know what? Crushed? That seems mean. That's too mean even for me.
Okay.
I am still going to offer you the XP. I'm going to use that hold.
Oh.
So you should see a thing pop up in the chat that says the GM is proposing an intrusion to Cassidy King. You can either accept or refuse it by spending an XP.
You said they aren't always bad, right?
They're always bad.
They are always bad?
Yes.
Shit. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Oh, and I give an extra one. I'm gonna give
an
it to
XP
Corbin.
to someone. Yeah. You plant your shoulder, lift. Again, it is far lighter than you expected and just gives easily. That body is slid out from underneath the wreckage. Those dangling wires seem to connect at some point, somewhere that had been severed, now reattaching. There's just a burst of power that surges through the ship. The lights all come on for just a split second. Everything just links on. And then again, short circuits. Marking 1 in our clock of disturbances.
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, I think it was me.
Caldwell.
I'll let JD do the body thing first, but I think Caldwell's going to try and sneak under while they're looking at the body to get to the front of the ship.
Orbit. Are you looking for anything particular, or are we just doing just a general scan of this?
I mean, I think Corbin would start by trying to see any identifying marks, just to see if we can at least link up who this person is with whatever manifest we already have.
Yeah. The upper half of the body is pretty well a mess.
Okay.
But you're not seeing any immediate identifiers on them. There's no dog tag or ID card or anything. If you could access the crew manifest, that would probably give you a pretty immediate answer as to who.
Then I think Corbin's essentially going to hold his action until the others have had a chance to do that, but then he has some questions he would like to ask this body.
How are you going to do that, buddy?
I love that so much.
I have Speaker for the Dead.
Yeah, fucking course you do.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, ask away. What first off, what does this look like?
Oh boy. Okay, so you've seen Corbin do something somewhat like this with the spark suit, particularly in that final mission where he connected with some of the spirits as we made our way through that funhouse of a tower. But you've never seen him do this without the spark suit. And it looks somehow both similar and different, that an energy coils around him, and it is this electric blue in color, and his eyes glow with it as he reaches out and presses his hand against this figure's chest. And you see the spirit start to rise up.
And does this ability have any role or anything associated with it?
Nope, it costs 2 intellect points and an additional one for each additional question I want to ask.
What is your first question?
I'm running through questions very quickly in my head of like how many things could we answer from the manifest first, and not wanting to waste the questions on that. I think he's going to ask, what were you told about this place?
Kind of like a holographic overlay of this individual sitting up. Something that you can clearly see, but don't imagine the others can. Turns to you with a very mangled upper torso. We were told a potential home for humanity. Not wrong. It's a livable planet. Though it would require more effort than we may be capable of to make it truly home.
How did you die?
Gestures. I won't even count that as a question against you. They were very clearly crushed.
Okay. I was hoping you might be a little more articulate about that, but all right.
To be very, very directly answering your question.
Isaac Newton's first.
How long were you here before you died?
I was on this planet for less than a 7-day cycle. I saw the sun once. Probably adding on as to not make it so that you have to ask exactly the perfect questions, trying to give you a little bit of grace. The others, they left to explore, while I stayed to attempt to repair the ship. Lieutenant Ramirez was the only one by my side. I am unsure of what happened to him. And if you want some time to think about your questions, absolutely come back to you.
Yeah, give me. I'll let the others dig into the mainframe and think about that.
Well, of access, there's at least a corridor that you could crawl through, assuming that Cass does not want to sit there and hold up the central beam of the spaceship.
If you could just hold it for like 2 more minutes.
Yeah, totally. Or wait,
Right.
hold on, I can't. Yeah, totally. I can't gruff and have an accent at the same time. Just picture it. She says yes.
Should I head in and try and find something to prop up that weight?
I mean, even if Cass wasn't holding it, there is still now that opening that's just kind of been created from the shifting of the infrastructure.
You don't have to hold that there if you want. We can get around.
Yeah, no, I'll crawl. That's
Are you sure? Because I could hold it for a while.
We all
I'm
know
like,
you're
okay,
very strong,
thanks.
very impressive.
This sounds a little
It does sound a little
demeaning.
demeaning.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Well, you can keep holding it, and I will continue to swoon.
No, go
from
find a
distance.
stick or something.
Okay.
It's fine.
My swooning will be cut short, and I will go to find a stick.
Question just before we move away, and Cass can react to this after the final question. So you said Cass did like the whole talking to the dead thing we couldn't see, but Corbin sees it?
Yeah.
So Cass didn't see anything.
I mean, you probably saw Corbin, reaching down and touching the chest of the body.
Okay. All right.
And I mean, he's asking these questions out loud, so you're
Oh,
hearing
okay.
him ask these questions. You're just not hearing the responses.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's just no light show, just Corbin like touching the body and asking questions. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, normal stuff happening here.
Yeah. Totally.
Anything going on after that flash and the noise of shifting metal?
Oh yeah, you have drawn the
Aw.
attention of a pretty decent number of the nightlife out there. Nothing is getting close enough that it could be a threat, but you're drawing attention.
how's the front half of the ship looking?
Mostly intact. Basically, like, it's designed that all of the non-vital sections of the ship will just crumple, creating kind of a shield almost around the main body, so that it can survive the impact, and hopefully everyone inside.
Yeah, Caldwell's gonna keep an eye on things, but it's gonna go for the core of the ship and get the manifests and recordings, black box,
Absolutely.
whatever we can find.
The final recording is there if you would like to play it. This is Commander Rodriguez. We've encountered turbulence, I guess. I repeat, we have encountered some kind of disturbance. We're unsure of the source. We're losing altitude rapidly. We're attempting to... And then it is very loud static for a good 4 or 5 seconds. Hear a different voice. Engaging emergency protocols. Everything's failing. I don't know. And then again, static for another 5, 6 seconds. And then a third voice calling out desperately, "Brace for impact! Everyone, brace!" And then static. Corbin, on your body, you would find, personal comms. Everything seems to be more or less in functioning order. But if you wanted to pull up the last transmission, the last recording from anyone aboard this vessel that is available to you. Not that I, have a script here in front of me that I'm just trying to read out loud. That would be ridiculous. And you could play it to yourself, or you could just turn it on so that everyone.
I would play it for everyone to hear.
That initial voice, the one identifying as Commander Rodriguez, their voice would become clear after a few moments. Everyone all right? Board in. A figure that's in their identification would come up as Dr. May. I'm here. Like, we've lost pretty much every system aboard, though. We're in pretty bad shape. A figure identifying as Dr. Khan. I've got a medical kit. Be able to salvage that at least. Come on, let's check for injuries. Get a head count. And finally, the figure whose body lay in front of you. Damage assessment. Critical. And to prioritize repairs, try to establish communications. They can't get the hold of us while we're here. And the entire ship just goes silent. Here, Commander Rodriguez, not to demote them. We're in uncharted areas. No signs of life or structures or anything. Safe to say we're on our own. Salvage what you can from the wreckage. Don't know how long we'll be standing here. Stranded here. Almost like an echo that the recording picks up. You hear this very distant, very deep rumble. And then it cuts back to static.
Oh. Sorry, this is like a callback to something you brought up a while ago. You said this section has a lot of clearings, like.
Yep.
In my head when we were coming down, that seemed like there was a pattern of anything, or.
Funny enough, one could say that the clearings did almost make some kind of pattern.
Okay, so two theories right now. One, they could have strategically cleared things out as some form of like SOS signal, or this is a feeding ground for the biggins who scrape the ground and eat stuff. Because they probably just, chunk up a lot of those lurkers. Different than stalkers.
Or even
How
like
to talk with their naming systems.
footprints
It could be.
that we don't know.
Joseph, I'm going to offer you a GM intro.
I haven't done anything. I'm actually in the ship looking for a stick.
Absolutely, you.
So my very
Yeah.
very strong partner can yeah, I like XP.
Doesn't.
I don't know who doesn't, because I'm gonna give it to them. Throw this one at Caldwell though.
What? Me?
Yeah, you're just getting the benefits of my pain, like
Like normal?
like normal. Yeah.
As this recording playing, as everyone is starting to go through the ship looking for any kind of information or helping to prop up that center half of the ship, there is a momentary shift as more weight is being put onto the front half of this crashed spacecraft. And it kind of feels like it's just like settling in place hasn't had this much weight to counterbalance it for a while. And then it almost feels like the entire thing is starting to tip. Before whatever was holding finally snaps and both halves just come crashing back down. Not enough to seal any of you off, but enough to make a thunderous crashing.
As that was happening, like, oh, be careful inside, it's going to...
We are now up to 2 sections of the block done, and our intrusion range is now a natural 1 or a natural 2.
Can I get back to the other side?
Yes, it is not sealed off.
Okay.
It's just there. It's more like climbing up and over rather than just a straight shot now.
Yeah, I think Caldwell would save all the data that he got, and then go find Corbin, who I believe you said got the comms off this guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to try to trace them to find the others.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Can I borrow that?
Of course, I don't need it.
Cool, thank you. Caldwell's gonna go to work on tinkering.
Did we get Corbin's last question?
We did
If you
not.
have it, ask away.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just curious.
No, I think Corbin's been considering a few different questions, but I think he is going to look to the others and say, I can ask one thing more. This feels like a group decision. What do we think is the most important piece of information?
I have some thoughts, but I think Joseph might disagree.
Ask
Well,
who?
That immediately, I don't know.
I just, personally, I would like to know if this guy believes there's any reason that the captain of the flagship would want them gone. This ship being here is all but definitive proof that the captain erased the records of this departure and this trip. So, pardon my curiosity, we can ask a different question, but I'd be remiss if I didn't pitch that.
Asking, do you think Captain Marlowe wanted you dead?
Wait, before we ask that, didn't we already know that, like, it wasn't just like a wiped, like, records? Like, people literally didn't remember these people.
Yeah. I don't know how we get to the bottom of that with one question.
Right.
Were you cursed by a genie?
Like-
Did you piss off any magical creatures?
Did you guys find a false Hydra on this planet?
Yeah.
Did we get this guy's name, by the way?
Yes.
I have Rodriguez, May, Khan, and Ramirez.
Oh.
Not this guy.
Oh, no, you did not get this guy's name, but it would have come up as Chief Engineer Mikhail Petrov. I can put that in chat if you're worried about the spelling.
Yes, please.
He's dead. He can't get offended.
Turk, I don't think that's
That
how
was
it
so
works,
mean.
but that's really fucking funny.
So there were 5 people,
Yeah.
right?
That's what I have.
My thing with the whole memory issue is that erasing memories and erasing records seems like 2 separate tasks. One that you would have to do both intentionally. I can't imagine there's some supernatural phenomenon on planet that is eradicating records of us and memories of us on the ship. So either it's coming from within the ship, or there is something supernatural going on, which I would be extraordinarily skeptical of.
I mean, hell, we've seen weirder.
You would be skeptical of supernatural when Corbin is talking to the dead.
Which,
would
by
have
the
heard.
way, by the
Corbin-
way,
Corbin has always done that for as long as I can remember knowing them.
No, not
in
without
a
the suit.
suit.
I
Not
do
like
all of my
this.
stuff without my suit. Why does the suit? What should be holding Corbin back? I don't.
We're not all made of machines.
Right, but Corbin's had a death cult outside of this suit before, and
That's a very
It's
human
just-
experience. That's
no, death cult's
People-
not a
people just
human
make
experience.
people just make cults.
Okay,
It was
also,
one of many cults.
you continue to exist outside of your suit despite that theoretically not being possible. Again, Corbin being able to speak with the dead, not off the table.
But something
hey,
supernatural, erasing memories, is off the table.
Erasing memories and digital records.
Digital records have been the easy part.
That's what I'm saying. It's two separate events.
I'm sorry, Cass. What were you going to say?
well, I was just gonna, we're kind of talking to like Corbin's not in the room right now. Hey, Corbin, buddy, do you have an explanation on how you can do this wonderful, helpful skill that you're doing right now outside of the suit?
I think that is a conversation for when we are back on our ship. I think we should determine what we want to ask our chief engineer.
Okay, all right, okay.
Joseph, do you have any arguments to Caldwell's suggestion?
I don't know if we're going to get any information necessarily by just asking if the captain had any reason to get rid of them. From the communications, it sounded like they had all intentions of re-establishing contact. So they might not know if this was some disposal by the captain. It sounded like they were on a mission assigned just like us. Unfortunately, this way this planet works, they weren't able to signal their success or failure. So
I don't know if this is just curiosity for me, but we could ask them how long ago they went, because do we know that? Like,
I would
We
imagine
probably-
we can get that in records.
Yeah.
fair.
I think Corbin is going to make a decision and is going to look back at the body and say, Mikkel, who do you have on the ship to remember you?
That leaves so much room for interpretation. I would hope that Dr. Khan is still alive. There was one crewmate who wished to survive. Yeah.
And what about the ship you came from? What about those you left behind?
Those left behind, they were shipmates. Survivors like us. They meant nothing more than that.
And I think Corbin is just going to say, understood. Any final words that you would have for Dr. Khan?
I love you.
If I am able to, I will pass those along. Rest easy.
That holographic like display just lays back down.
And Corbin stands up. Doesn't really look at any of the others, but asks Caldwell, "You able to get a signal off the comm?"
Who?
I'll give you a difficulty 2 intellect roll. I think
I
probably have
will.
adequate tools to bring it down to difficulty 1.
I do have tools. I'm also specialized in engineering.
Yeah, you can roll it if you want to maybe farm a natural 20 for a greater effect.
I just think it would be funny. 9.
Technically difficulty 0. You didn't even have to roll. But yeah, they're linked. The device itself is unusable, so there's no real reaching out that way, but you at least have the signal of where its connected device currently is.
Is that a device I could access with my communicator?
If you were back in the ship, you probably could, yeah.
Okay. I can get their location, and I might even be able to talk to them back on the ship.
Good.
Just for fun. Fun.
That doesn't sound like fun, Hoop.
Hi.
That doesn't
No,
sound like
no.
we're about
An
to have fun.
intrusion, a goofy, silly little intrusion, you
Fuck.
You know what?
We didn't
Corbin,
get enough of these last sessions. We gotta
be very cooperative today, Corbin. Have an XP.
know who is still in the front half of the ship and who is in the back half of it.
I think we're all in the back half now.
Yeah, we were wherever the
I had to
body
cross
was.
back over to get to Corbin.
Yeah, we're all hanging out.
Okay.
Cool kids sit in the back of the ship.
Then after the body, goes back to rest, there's another groan of metal just trying to be torn in half. And the entire front half of the ship finally breaks off and just goes sliding down into the ground.
Hey, remember when we thought that I was going to be the problem? We're making a lot of noise. It's working up a lot of activity, and none of that noise has been me. Can we please try to be a little quieter?
The intrusion range is now a 1, a 2, a 3.
Jesus
Christ. Sorry, the ship kind of just sunk.
The front half finally broke off, and it would seem that something may have tunneled a hole underneath part of the ship, or the ground was so just loose that the weight of the ship itself just let it sink.
The Titanic.
We should leave while we're still on solid ground, right?
I think we have everything we need.
Let's everyone get back. I'll motion for the night vision goggles back.
I'll hand them back. Move quietly.
Okay. I'll watch our back.
Get us back to the ship.
Is Nikki, who's in front, Nikki or Joseph?
Nikki's in front. Joseph is in the back.
I'm in the back.
Okay, Nikki's gonna scoot really close. Or sorry, you're Nikki. I'm Cass. Cass is Cass is gonna scoot really close to Nikki and pull night vision goggles out of her backpack and get them to Nikki, and then just throw her backpack on and just kind of go to the back.
Thank you, Cass. Nikki's gonna put them on.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
Well, will the two of you with night vision goggles, an intellect roll at difficulty of 6, so target number 18. It is reduced down to 5 because you have assets that lower it, and you could also spend some points if you want to lower it yet again.
I am trained in geography.
I'm
Geography
trained in
will be less helpful noticing creatures stalking.
I am trained in focus and concentration tasks. I don't know if you would qualify.
I would accept
this.
that, yeah.
Okay. So it's a difficulty.
Difficulty
4?
4, target number 12.
Oh, that's an 18.
trained in identify.
Identifying would help you spot
That's fair.
creatures.
I have the ability to. I can use my ability scan, which covers a 10-foot cube.
Yeah, you know what? I would count that as a applicable. You're also target number 12, difficulty.
All right, intelligence. It's natural 20.
Another natural 20.
Nice. With this terrifying train.
Both
I
of
put it
you,
because I never thought I'd actually roll it.
and you rolled it twice in a row. Both of you immediately noticing that those distant creatures that have just kind of been watching are gone. They aren't sitting there on the edge of the clearing just waiting and watching. They've moved. And then you see one, like, as if it watched you make the trail up here, it's kind of sitting on the edge of that trail, waiting for you to make the return.
All of the little guys are gone, which means the big guy here is probably not friendly. Can we tell what it is? Is it a stalker? Is it something else?
Stalker, yeah.
But we're in a group.
Mm-hmm. You should be fine.
Does it seem to react to my light at all?
Would you like to send your light out that way?
I mean, I did just say that it was like circling the
Mhm.
group. So to put any current blame not on me, we'll put blame on past Blair who said that.
I mean, it is a good 40-ish feet off, so if the drone is, circling in tight proximity, it wouldn't get close enough to project light onto it.
Okay. But it's still doing that, so maybe it'll be like a funky light force field, so
Yeah.
we can't.
It is perched on our path back.
Is there an alternative means to reach our destination?
You could go through the
like
trees.
like a toll road, maybe?
You said that way too fast and way too excited. The trees.
Yeah,
The trees are there.
You had to, I guess. You could go through the.
There's nothing in the trees.
Joseph,
Yes.
do you happen to know from your profile of these how skittish they are?
It didn't really seem like from the description that they're ambush predators, so high reaction time, a lot of focus. I'm not sure. It might be a case by case basis on how terrified they are of sudden movements.
Nikki is
Sudden
reaching for the
movements.
thermite grenade.
We might be better served if we can move around and off the expected path. I'm not sure if interacting with this would be to our benefit or not. Sure, yeah.
question for Hoop.
Mhm.
What's the cat doing?
Watching.
Does he watching me? Watching the thing? Like,
Just
he seem
generally the
scared?
group of you does not seem scared.
Wait, you're talking about the cat in your suit?
yeah,
Oh, the
Yeah.
cat in your suit. I'm
Yeah.
probably asleep.
Damn it!
That makes
I'm gonna
sense.
nudge him. I'm gonna nudge him awake, and I'm gonna like pull my arms into the suit the way you do whenever you're a kid, and I'm gonna scoop him and I'm gonna push him up to where my face helmet is, and I'm gonna point him in the direction and see if he reacts.
She's just seeing if we can emotionally traumatize this animal.
They have a better sense of what
Look,
the
the
threats are.
predator.
They have a better sense of what the threats are. I want to see if like, is this a like I'm gonna slink away? Is this a like I'm gonna turn into a bus?
Is this a I'm just going to puff up and get really big?
Yes, it is. It recognizes a natural predator on sight, and unless you have like a grip on this thing, it would try to wiggle and.
I will hold it closer and kind of like secure it, kind of like on my side, and pat its head.
It like jumps into a logo or whatever it could reach and just becomes too.
Okay, okay. Not a
Awesome.
friend.
Graphical Ronin, buddy, thank you for the description. We love you so much. And Griffin, thank you for the bits, which, I mean, if we had to take some sort of, event happening from such a donation, we could probably use that to go into some.
Do you mean give us 5 hero points?
Give me
Close.
$5?
Close. But we are going to do so after we come back from break. We give everyone time to strategize in case engaging in combat is not your ideal course of action here. At least you'll be able to think up a way to get away from it, avoid combat. So, be back in just a few minutes after everyone's had a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, do what you gotta do, and back with maybe some combat, maybe some running. Who knows? Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We have some initiative to get to. This thing is
No, we don't.
planted firmly in your path back. The only reminder that I feel that needs to be put out is that you did not see one of these creatures. There were many more than one. They all just seem to be drawn to you, as solitary hunters may be drawn together in times where the prey might be more than enough for one of them to take down. As kind of an unspoken agreement. But, with that said, I do need everyone to make a initiative, a speed roll, if you will. Remember that if you have armor, it is going to make it more difficult for you unless you have something.
Ooh.
Does anyone have any? I mean, you do all have armor 1 at the moment because of your suits. Is anyone ignoring that? I should say.
Are the suits an additional thing, or is that like expectation being the?
It counts
armored
as light
outfit?
armor if you did not already have light armor on,
Okay, I have an armored bodysuit.
which you ignore.
It encompasses if I'm not wearing any armor.
You're good.
So okay, yeah, I've got my special extra bulky
And
one.
then Caldwell doesn't wear
You're a robot.
the suit. I have a leather jacket, which counts as light armor, but I ignore that.
Yeah.
I get to ignore my armor. Whatever.
Absolutely. Corbin and
I
Cassie.
sure don't.
You sure don't. So Corbin, you were actually a 5, not an 8. First up is that Caldwell's actually for 17.
I rolled a 19. I didn't roll it in there. You re-roll it in here to prove.
Oh no, I
I
believe.
rolled physical dice.
So Nikki
I was gonna say
Caldwell, then next week Joseph. Then um, yeah. See, I don't think it matters if you ignore the penalty for armor or not because you rolled a full.
At least it wasn't a 3.
Yeah, good news. Well, these things are going to go immediately after.
These things.
Yeah, you know, the general like royal we, the royal
Hmm.
things, the royal plural, you know. Nikki, top of initiative is you.
this did not go well for me last time.
You have grenade.
Do have a grenade. I did we? I know that this was asked before the break. Did we get an answer on like how skittish they are on sudden movements?
Not at all.
Are all skittish?
No.
Um,
These things are practiced hunters and are very deliberate with.
I have a secondary question. We had talked before the game started when we did our session 0 about having a Cypher that we got to keep. Am I misremembering that? Is this the wrong game?
I think it's the wrong game.
Damn it. Okay. Because I thought I got to keep the wings. Let me remove those because I'm gonna end up asking that every single time. Then I have a machete,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna start to inch. I don't think that we can hold our action, so I'm just gonna start to kind of. I'm gonna look, kind of look to the group and kind of point left and right, and then do a thumb back as though behind us to kind of get a sense of which direction we want to go. That's not true. I have the fucking goggles on. I'm gonna do a 360. Anybody else hanging out to attack us from a different angle?
Absolutely. Make an intellect roll.
Okay. Is this considered focus and concentration?
Yes, it would be 6, but your equipment and your skill would bring it down to 4. So target number 2.
That was a 9.
It tried to keep the major threat in front of you, quickly looking back and forth. Not seeing it.
My question then stands to the group. Which direction are we trying to go to? And if nobody gestures or indicates to Nikki where we're going, Nikki will decide, but...
Basically, you have left or right.
Is anybody pulling Nikki's suit in one direction or another?
Was
I'm
there
the
one that
left.
was closer to the
Oh,
trees?
sorry.
Not really.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I mean, you're going to be entering the trees either way. It's just, do you go to the
Okay.
left of this creature or to the right of this creature?
I
I'm
see.
gonna go to the left.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start working my way around, kind of keep a wide circle. Keep my eyes on it, machete in hand.
Absolutely. That brings us to Caldwell.
I'm gonna move after Nikki, and I'd like to use my action to just check on the ship real quick.
It's fine. A-okay.
Okay.
That brings us to Joseph.
Following Nikki, and how far away is this creature?
Oh god, I can never remember the ranger game.
I just need to know if it's short range or something.
There's so many games with range increments, and they all use just slightly different wording.
Mm-hmm. Like near, close, or far, or
Oh.
something.
Immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nope. Back. Range and speed. Anything greater than short distance. So it is at long distance. Short distance.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It would be at short distance. Because short distance is around 50 feet less. So, short.
Perfect. I'm gonna try and hit him with a good old scan.
Yeah. Intellect roll, target number 12.
Oh, I watched it dance on 18. Okay. Not gonna learn anything.
Level 4.
By level 4. Okay. It's for everyone. Yep, that's my turn though.
Okay. Kind of all shifting in this pattern.
Yeah, being quiet.
Means that at the moment, Corbin and Cass are lagging behind just a little. The one, like, planted in the center of that path will step out just a little, kind of matching your pace off to its right. Those multiple tails come up, and the tips almost kind of like flare open, like the frills of the I know the name of this dinosaur. I was literally just looking this up.
It starts with a D.
Dilophosaurus. That's it.
There it is.
Yeah. Kind of like that, except, from each tail. Would any of you say that you're particularly studied in habits of old Earth creatures?
I am trained in paleontology.
I read books.
I'm a robot.
Between your accumulated knowledge, I would say that it wouldn't be hard to tell that this thing is trying to draw your attention. It is trying to be flashy. It is trying to be in your face. It wants to be noticed. Because we're going to put one onto Corbin, one onto Cass. These things are going to slip out of the woods, seeing the two that are slightly further behind, that might slightly be an easier target, and are going to pounce on the two of you. So Corbin and Cass, both to make a might defense roll at target number 18, difficulty of 6.
I am trained in that.
So yours will be 15.
Okay, remind me the edge thing. So if I take 3 off, then it gets knocked down again, right?
Yep, spend 3 points. It'll take you to target number
Okay.
12.
I'm doing that.
I'm accepting my fate.
Oh, both failing,
Fuck.
unfortunately. Back to that. So you will take 1 point of damage to your might. And at the start of each of your turns, up until you successfully make a might defense roll, you will take 2 points of damage to your speed and are considered fine. As this thing hits, and at the point where it bites down, it's just kind of a little numb at first. It doesn't really hurt, and then it starts to burn. Like, that point where it bit is on fire, and everything starts to get blurred.
So you said it takes a point away. So from that same pool, takes another point from
At the start of your turn, you'll take 2 points of damage to your speed, not your might.
Oh,
And at
I
the
see.
end of that turn, you make a might defense roll to see if you can.
Gotcha. But that first one was 1
Just
point
one.
to might, right?
1 point to
Okay,
might, yep.
cool.
Their initial bite, not that great, but it's the poison that gets. That is them done. That one in front of you is not going to move. Brings us to Corbin. This thing is firmly latched on. Its shark-like teeth at different angles, meaning that it can just firmly hold, and it is hard to tear off of you.
How big is this thing?
About the size of German Shepherd, probably.
So it's smaller than me.
Absolutely. About half the size
Cool.
of you, probably.
I would like to use the matter transference ray on it. I want this to go elsewhere that is not on top of me.
Okay. Let's look up our matter transference. Do you know what level that is?
Yes, we had rolled, and it was 1d6 plus 3 effect, which brought us to an 8.
No, yeah. As long as it's 4 or higher, you are good. The user can target one non-living object.
That is living.
Living.
No.
Well, kill it.
My
and it'll
mind
be
refused to
living.
process that. I will not use it on this. I think I'm just gonna try to stab it with my hunting knife.
Absolutely. You are considered blinded, so this is going to be 1 degree of difficulty higher. So it would be difficulty 4 to stab it. It is difficulty 5. Is this a light weapon?
Yes.
So that's automatically eased back down to difficulty. Target number 12.
And that is with might.
Yes. It can be might or speed.
Sure, we'll go with speed.
A 19.
Okay.
Yes. That is actually going to deal some extra damage.
Incredible. I totally do not have the stats for my knife. Give me a second.
I believe all light weapons deal 2 points of damage, unless you have an ability that makes it hit harder.
That sounds right.
A 19 does an additional 3 points of damage, or you can inflict some kind of minor effect.
What are the options for minor effects?
Take a look. Special roll. Minor effect, page 10. In combat, minor effects inflicts 3 additional points of damage with your attack, or if you prefer a special result, you could instead to knock your foe back, distract them, or something similar.
I think I would like to knock this foe back.
I would absolutely say that just the absolute force of the blow is enough to shake it off and free yourself from it. Fight. Still is going to deal a solid 2 points of damage, but you are now free to move if you would like to do so.
I'm not gonna move because I'm not gonna leave Cass.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose to stay to see what happens.
Did you take the 2 points of damage to your speed at the top of your turn?
Yep.
And I need a might roll at the end of your turn. Difficulty 4, target number 12. You are
13.
fine. Poison starts to take hold, and then your body just fights it. That wound still burns, but you're no longer taking a speed.
Beautiful. Then yes,
And-
I am staying here to make sure Cass gets out of here as well.
Yes. Top of your turn, 2 points of damage to your.
Ooh, okay. Cool. I'm basically gonna do the exact same thing because I also have a knife. Yeah, kind of like pull it from like a thigh holster and try to like stab it up in the face. What? They're both the same.
That's also you also have a light weapon.
Yeah,
So
it's just a simple knife.
goes up to 5 because you're blinded, back down to 4.
Then also because I have. I feel like I didn't write all the things. else on here? Okay, I guess that's just for damage. Cool. I'm going to stab it.
That boy, target number 12.
Jesus Christ. Okay, cool.
That
I
hit
don't.
the 19, skidded, and then tilted.
I hate these dice so much.
It's because you
cool.
didn't select any pretty dice. You just have the base one. That's why.
I don't know where that is, Hoop. I don't know where they
I can show you after.
I've done it once before, but I haven't done it in like
You can
a long
spend
time.
XP to reroll if you'd like. We also have a hero point, which you can spend to reroll.
Use a hero point to recolor your dice.
Maybe that'll change it. Is it just 1 XP?
Yep.
But I have 2. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll use 1.
Roll it again.
I pressed it, and it didn't.
There
Okay.
it goes. There's the
Hey!
19.
There we go. And I do have Weapon Master, so I deal an additional point of damage.
So it'll be 3 points. You can either deal an additional 3 points for rolling a 19, or you can get the effect of knocking it off you.
Do I sense if I do an additional 3 points that it'll be dead?
Probably not.
Damn it. Okay, then I'll push it off me.
Peek onto your sheet really quick.
If you just lift it up and show me how much HP it has,
I can just
do
see
I know?
behind the screen a little bit.
So
Just
that
take the
takes
camera down a
3.
little bit.
It is also, it loses its grip on you. If you'd like, you can take your action, your movement still to join the others. Stay beside Corbin.
I'm gonna feel bad if I move. I will. Yeah, I'll hang tight. Because Cora waited for me, so I feel really shit. Which also, I will say, I had a teleporter, and I was thinking about using that, but then you stayed behind, so I was like, I'm not gonna use that. So yeah, I'll hang it.
Might defense roll, target number 12 at the end of your turn.
Oh wait, but wait, but I have might defense. I'm trained in that,
You're
so it
trained?
goes down.
So it would be target number 9, which that is a success.
Yeah.
Both of the poison fades away. The bottom of the round. I'm gonna offer a group-wide GM intrusion, so all of you will choose amongst yourself which 2 of you want to get the XP, or any one of you can spend an XP to get it.
How are we feeling, team?
Uh,
I've got a
I
spare XP if
probably-
we want to negate
yeah.
if we're nervous.
I think we could handle it.
I'm just. Yeah, no, I mean. Okay. It's 1 XP from one of us versus 2 people getting 2 XP? 2 people getting 1 XP each.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Wait, so are we taking it?
Yeah. What was that? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, we're taking the deal.
Okay.
Yeah, we're taking it. Why not?
Which 2 of you are getting the XP?
I mean, it only
I
feels
mean, I
fair
always
that
like XP,
Corbin
but-
and
The 2 who got
Corbin
poisoned?
and Cats get it. Yeah.
I would
Cool.
love 1. Thank you.
Okay. As these things, you either stabbed with the blade, smacked with the hilt, whatever you did to get these things off of you, they both let out this screech, which is almost deafening at point blank range. We are officially at 4 of 8 pips. That means for the next round of initiative, I need to add a creature. All right. Top of the next round, Nikki. First.
Oh no. Do I see this new creature?
What new creature?
Okay.
Certainly heard the noise. You know that a lot of noise is really bad.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna try to look again.
Right.
It was do I get to Was this one that we said focus and concentration works for?
Yes. So it would be 6 down to target number 12.
Is that freaking 11?
Unfortunately. Your friends are getting bit. This thing is in front of you, making its distracting dance.
But nobody is currently bitten.
No, they both seem to have shaken their attack.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay. It brings us to Caldwell. At this point, you have hit the tree line. We're starting to lose visual on the ship, on anyone who's too far away from you, on this creature who's in the path. But they're also losing sight of you.
Yeah, so Caldwell's gonna just pause seriously for a second. Just a serious internal debate with themselves before turning around and going back to interpose themselves. Probably between one of these things and I think Corbin would be the closest, if I recall, because Cass was at the back of the line. And is going to set himself up between them so that this thing will be more tempted by Caldwell, who can't be poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
And then is going to turn their hands back into that little blaster and point it at the one in front of Cass.
Absolutely. Don't have any sort of night vision.
Not unless you're willing to yada yada I'm a robot into that.
You still have the normal perceptor. Unless anything would give you otherwise.
Cass's light has been tracing us.
Yeah. That does mean that the others are in pitch black darkness. Yes, I leave it up to you whether that light stays with you or is like expanding its path, still trying to circle the entirety of the.
I mean, yeah, I think it was still just like literally looping us. Like,
Okay. Then
yeah, I don't think it was on
middle ground, I'll raise the difficulty by 1 instead of 2. Don't have an immediate light source. You can kind of see the general shape of it. So you're up to a difficulty 5. Target number 5.
Okay. And I am trained with this weapon.
Back down to 4. Is it a light weapon?
It's a medium weapon.
Okay, so down to 4. Target number 12.
Okay. And then it's a speed roll, yes?
Speed or might, your choice.
Do might because I have edge in might, and I'm gonna spend 2 to drop that from a 4 to a 3.
Go to target number 9. That's
Cool.
a GM intrusion.
Cool.
Or aiming where you can kind of see this silhouette. Take that shot. Unfortunately, does not make any impact on the creature, but the shot itself does continue striking a part of the hole that was partially buried, and just lets off this kind of like gong echo sound as the force hits the metal and just reverberates up through the ship. We're now at 5 of 8.
Well, that's not good. You two should leave.
Means that our GM intrusion is up to a 1, 2, 3, or. And that brings us to Joseph. I'm sorry, it does not bring us to Joseph. That brings us to a Navarre. Snake-like creature. Drawn to the sound, drawn to the scent of blood. Nikki, you are the furthest from the group. First, that is going to come across this serpentine-like creature with very rough, bark-like flesh. And, I need you to make a might defense roll.
Do I get to know the target number?
Target number 21.
I mean,
You could spend some points to get it down to an 18.
I'm gonna do that because otherwise I don't have any chance. I'm gonna spend 2 points because I have an edge in might to get it down to an 18. Oh, I'm nervous. Yeah, that's a 3.
It's another GM intrusion, unless you want to re-roll it.
Yeah, I want to fucking re-roll it because my teammates are being goddamn loud. I can spend an XP to re-roll.
Spend an XP to re-roll it.
Because everybody keeps making fucking noise. Now someone's gonna come out of the dark and eat us.
Oh wait, I didn't know that was an option.
But that's a nat 20.
Incredible.
That made me so happy.
This thing starts to almost like roll towards you, like a branch just tumbling down a hill. But its movement is just so jagged and hard to predict that it's hard to tell if this thing is even sentient or if it's literally just a tree branch, until it finally does lash out at you, trying to wrap around your leg, but you manage to slip out of its grasp.
Do I get a minor thing because it was a nat 20?
I would say if you want to move again, you absolutely.
And that 20 is a major effect.
Yeah, like I will give you a full another action to move. Or if you want to attack, you can spend that action to attack.
I have been bitching in JT's DMs about how Nikki is trying to be good and not fight. I'm gonna swing at it.
Absolutely.
This isn't getting Nikki anywhere. Do I get to know target number? Do we know what level this is? I get to know?
It's oh wait, I may have Joseph. What did you roll for your initiative? You rolled a 13, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
me?
I was right. Yeah, so it's level 5. So it's target number.
Okay, 15. I'll make it a speed. I'm gonna drop it down 1. And I'm attacking.
Sorry. Any attacks against it actually count as level 3, so it's target number 9. It's easier to hit.
Oh, well then, can I take backsies?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm taking backsies because I'm attacking with my knife, so it gets dropped 1 more.
So it's target number 6.
Great, because that was an 8.
That absolutely
damage.
hits and
I'll take
does
it.
no damage.
Why?
Armor.
Hooper!
It's easy to hit. It survives because it's tough. So Random Rhapsody, thank you for the raid.
Woo.
We love you so much. Thank you for sharing your community with us. We're in the middle of some Cypher system combat. Yay.
You sounded so put upon, Hooper.
But
Yay.
yeah, your little, personal dagger just jams down and kind of gets stuck in its bark-like body armor until you manage to wrench it free.
Do I have enough time to at least give the rest of the team a heads up?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just let everybody know on comms. There's a log rolling toward them fast and it has teeth. I don't know that Nikki's ever seen a snake. Did we have snakes on Earth before we
Probably
destroyed
not.
it?
You can't
So?
read, so you probably never read about them.
No, not unless somebody else told me about them. So I
That's
tell them
just
that there's a
really
log
one
with
worm.
teeth. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You are within its bite range. It could not grab you, but it will try to bite you.
Mm-mm.
So we
Speed
need
check.
a might defense roll at target number 15.
Gross.
I will say, just to establish back at that just previous thing, you do know what a worm is.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
true.
That's
because of
episode
the
1.
worm.
That's
Yeah,
true.
That's
yeah.
episode 1. You know what a worm is.
That's canon. Nikki absolutely knows what a worm
It's
is.
a worm with teeth.
It is a worm with teeth. You
Worms
said
with
15?
teeth.
Yep. I'm gonna spend some points to.
No, I'm gonna let it bite me.
So this is the cat attacking? Or is this
Oh.
Maveri?
This is a snake-like creature with very rough bark-like skin.
So it gets attacked twice.
At the start of its turn, it gets to choose a creature within its immediate range and try to grapple them. That just happens at the top of its turn.
That's rude,
Right?
Nikki is now part of the problem because that's a natural one.
You want to spend XP to re-roll that?
What are
Can
we
I
at?
spend an
5?
XP for?
I mean, you all have individual XPs.
We're at 5 on the pie.
Yes.
We're at 5 of 8.
I will tell you that this intrusion, if you leave it at that, it will not be to increase the fuck.
Scarier, but I'll take it.
Okay. Then I need you to allocate 10 points of damage to your might.
Oh shit!
If that
Fuck.
boils over, you can choose whether to put it into speed or intellect.
No, I'm hanging on, but barely. Jesus fucking Christ!
Its teeth are like individual, just little miniature daggers, and it opens its massive jaw and just sinks down into your calf.
Nikki is hollering every curse word under the sun, just cussing left and right.
If
This
it makes any of you feel
motherfucking
better,
noise.
that was the GM intrusion that made it so much damage. It does not naturally deal 10 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm not yet whatever the next tier down is, but my might is real low. Yeah, Nikki not built for combat anymore, so I'm just vibing, I guess, with the snake.
That's its turn done. Joseph.
All right, so bat rep situation. We've got 2
3
in the
cats
back.
behind you, 1 snake in front of you.
That's a weird way to talk about my teammates. I wouldn't call Nikki a snake.
All the others cats? Oh, one of them is a cat.
They're all cool cats. Yeah.
I'm a robot.
Daddy-o. Anyway.
Yes, 3 of your party's behind you. Nikki's in front of you.
Okay. I think everyone's already has the idea of just running retreat, not.
I think so.
I'm going to stay. Can I like motion back? Like, we need to move. Don't wait for anyone. We'll all get there. To hopefully break the cycle of I'll wait for you. Go before me. The Canadian standoff can end.
No, I'll protect you.
It was a good move, okay?
I'm not disagreeing. I just want to prevent a downward spiral of digging in. So, fun facts about me. I have this cool thing called Onslaught, where so Joseph is going to move forward, and the suit is kind of in a combination of like Iron Man pulsers and a few little pop-up things on the shoulder. He's going to start blasting at the big snake asshole. So it's they don't have. Yeah, I'll just make it a physical attack because I can do physical or mental, but I don't think this thing has an intelligence stat. The NPC monsters in this are just hit points, right? They don't have allocated pools.
There are some creatures that have different defenses depending on whether it is physical or mental.
Okay. Well, the thing is, the intellect damage there's like I have one thing it can do straight intellect damage, but it does half of full. Anyway, I'm gonna try and hit this thing.
Absolutely.
With onslaught. Now this is an ability. I'm not sure. It's an action, so
it's an intellect roll against its level. But it is physical, so I would say that counts against its physical defense. So it would be target number 9.
Yeah. Just never sure with it because like it costs me points to do this.
Yeah, if it's targeting a creature, it is assumed that you always have to roll against it.
All right. 11 though, so
You beat 9.
Cool. 4 damage.
4. So it takes 2 points of damage.
Figured how much armor it has. And I want to kind of move away, like I'm not like getting up close and personal, even with Nikki here. I'm just motioning to like hit this thing hard with something and get the fuck out of here.
You're staying at short range if it's not immediate.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. We're not trying to get grabbed by it.
That is, yeah, that's not on the docket for me today.
Not in the itinerary.
Yeah, we're not doing that today.
All right. After Joseph, we have our kitty cats. One of which is going to break off and start stalking the other two of you. Joseph, you are the most singled out at the moment, so we are going to try to fight you. Have night vision goggles. Its bonus is not going to be added, so it is simply a might defense roll at target number 2.
Okay. Okay.
It would be 18 if you did not have night vision goggles, which would have made a difference. Your night vision goggles have saved you. It tries to lash out, just catching sight of it at the last moment. Recoil.
Give it a little boost.
Nope. Batted on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Caldwell, you don't give off, like, heat signature, right? Like,
No more than like your standard computer would generate.
I don't want to ignore you in this fight, but I don't know. I physically don't know if they can even tell you're there.
What I think that Caldwell's probably operating on they can't detect me, but I am a physical thing that is still in its way.
Yes, they would certainly move around you. I don't think that they would even trigger you as food. You have none of the characteristics that they can detect. But I also don't want you as a player to feel like I'm ignoring you.
No, I understand where you're coming from, especially because it is below freezing out here, and I probably don't produce enough energy to put off more than
Exactly.
like a regular amount of heat anyway.
You did mention that they were very interested in our technological stuff.
You don't give off the scent of a human. You don't give off the heat of a living creature. Like, you don't smell like blood.
Yeah, that's that. I was simply going for the interpose angle there. It was not necessarily that this thing knows where I am.
To make it make sense, I think one of them is going to lash out at you because you did try to attack it. If assuming it hits, it will notice you are not edible and will back off. But I need you to make a defense roll, target number 18.
Okay. Would you say my machine invulnerability would help here?
At the very most, you will take 1 point of damage to your might, and nothing else will happen.
Okay. So I'm making a might defense roll or a speed defense roll.
Defense.
Sorry. Whee!
Yep.
7.
You take 1 point of damage as it bites down, probably severs some wire or something, and then immediately lets go because we're not meat. Roll D5. Holy wow, it's time for raids, apparently.
Raid.
I can spell, I promise you. Roll D5. Haha, nailed it. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for sharing your community with us. We love you so much. We are playing some Cypher system. All of the Cypher system goodness in a sci-fi setting. But yes, Caldwell at the very least. But it wouldn't fact. So, Cass and Corbin, I think the two of you are about equidistant from one remaining. Would one of you roll a d6, and we'll say Cass is even, Corbin is odd. I'm the GM. I don't have to roll in this game.
Go for it.
That's a 1.
That is Corbin. You also have no means of detecting the thing. Your light source is intermediate as it's like circling back and forth between the party. So might defense target number 18. No. And
Nope.
1 point of damage to your might. Again, that poison is injected into your... That's it. They're done. Corbin! 2 points of damage to your speed, and you are blinded.
Cool. Love this for me. This is good. This is fine. Everything is great. Corbin is not panicking because he's hearing Nikki screaming from up ahead.
Uh-huh.
And now he has been pounced on by this thing for a second time. Yeah, we're stabbing again, or at least we're trying to.
Pass. Target number 15, might or speed. There's our
It's a 19. It's a fucking 19. So yeah, I am lashing out, stabbing it, and knocking it off of me.
Kicking it away. No problem. It's not quite bloodied, but it's getting there. It is hurt. You have your movement if you want to spend that to GFO.
I'm going to do that because I am, as soon as I'm on my feet, I am stumbling my way towards where I heard Nikki screaming.
Absolutely. It's certainly close enough range that I'm not going to roll to make sure that it's not running off in a random direction.
Are you sure? Because I'm blind.
If it was any further than close range, I would absolutely have you roll that. But because you're close range from each other,
You're so kind.
I
You're
think
so
it's
kind too.
well, the others may disagree with you on that, but you know, that's Corbin, Cass. You and Calder are the only two left behind.
I am going to send you a thing. So let me know if I can do that. Or if that makes sense. I did type that up like 5 turns ago, so I'm like trying to think about where everything's at.
I will give you an intellect roll to maybe buy you a turn, but that probably be about all you're gonna get out.
Okay. Fuck, then maybe I don't want to do that. I don't really see. Here's the problem. I'm the bitch with the guns, and we don't want to do that right now.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not. I'm not convinced. I think I'll still do what I sent you just so I can get back to be more in, because if I do that, can I, and I have like a moment to like run off, can I get closer like in the group?
Absolutely, yeah. You could
Okay,
catch up
then
to Joseph or Nikki.
okay, then yeah, I will.
Intellect roll.
Okay.
And what does this look like?
So yeah, I mean, basically, Cass is just kind of like, nobody else is around, and just kind of like processing really fast through, like, shit, can't use a gun, don't want to lose a knife, gotta get out of here. I need this thing to stop looking at me. And if anybody was like close enough, then behind the cat, you would hear I'm picturing the like rock from Frozen, like the little rock creature guys, like that size, just kind of going and like hitting trees and shit, and just kind of like rolling around behind this cat thing.
I would actually offer you something that would buy you It would actually remove one of the creatures fight. Because
Tell me, yes.
there is a body nearby.
Uh-huh.
Tossing that would certainly draw enough attention that it would go for the easier prey.
Can I do is that too big?
Technically, yes, but it's a special situation where you don't. Cass doesn't even know what's happening. It is just reactionary. Happens.
I mean, if you'll let me throw a body, I'll throw
Absolutely.
a body.
In this
Okay.
instance, a special instance of my friends are dying. I need to go. I need this thing out of my face. A body just, or that body of that engineer, just lifts and just soars through the air.
And out of reaction to that, Cass kind of like jumps and sprints backwards. I think she was like more scared of a flying body than the cat in this instance. But yeah, we'll run back. So
Can
do I
get
just
within immediate
Oh,
range of either of them, Joseph or Nikki. Nikki is being attacked by a log.
right. A logworm. Yes.
A worm.
Joseph
Worm
is
with
being
teeth.
attacked by a cat.
Right. Well, if I saw Corbin go towards Nikki, then I'll go towards Joseph.
Okay.
So, and do I just spend a point,
Mhm.
or do I still? So I
One-
just spend an intellect point. Boom.
And
Did
there
it.
are only 2 cats in the fight, not 3.
Thanks, Soup.
Alright. Yeah. Off of the round. Nikki! This log has bitten you and is trying to grab you.
Am I don't know what the term is, but am I grappled?
Nope. Its bite does not have a grappling effect. It is purely that might defense that you succeed.
Okay. Where did this thing come from? The ground?
Ground. Its parents.
I think that I would like to climb a tree.
Yeah.
Is that considered my movement or an action?
I would consider that your movement.
Okay, cool. I would like to climb a tree. For my action, I'm gonna fucking recover. I'm gonna use that 1d6 recovery that we got going. But yes,
If you go into combat, there's actually a dice roll button to roll it, and then it'll automatically mark off your.
Oh, that's why I couldn't figure out how to.
For 6. Very nice.
Looking a lot better. Yeah, but I would like to climb a tree, and I am stowing my knife, and I am pulling out my needler gun, because I know that Blair just said that we're trying not to shoot stuff, but Nikki's trying to get this shit to go away. Leave the team the fuck alone. So
You yelled at us that we were being too loud.
I'm
just trying to listen.
quietest. I have been the quietest one. Blair, get so fucking close right now. I have been the quietest one on this entire team.
Tell me about it.
The quietest one, and it has not mattered. So we're saying it's all to shit. Nikki is owed at least 3 noisy experiences, okay? At least 3 to make it for the team.
I approve.
This is complicated and intense, and I don't like it.
Oh, well. There's one left, and it's kind of having this face-off with you. Like, you look like food, but you do not taste like food. You're muted.
You don't want this, man. This metal, you already took a bite. Just go fight. There's easier stuff out there that also can't see. Wasting time.
Hopefully it speaks
I don't know why
English.
I don't know why I'm talking to you. I gotta go help my teammates. I trust you'll chill and stay here, understanding that they have left this situation. Okay, good. Thumbs up. And Caldwell's gonna go gonna go find this little snake thing. I'm gonna move towards
Little,
it.
it is... In its entirety is probably close to 15 feet long.
Yeah, that's fine. I can handle it. Assuming I can find it, or
Well, no. I mean, it does have natural camouflage, but in the mode where it is physically attacking someone, I think it would be pretty apparent that that is the bad thing.
okay. Okay, then I have I would file this under stupid questions. Can I throw it at the other cat, harrying Joseph?
But to reach down, pick this thing up, and throw it.
Yeah, what's it gonna do? Bite me?
Probably.
That's fine.
Sure. Let's go with the speed roll to grab a creature that is actively trying to wiggle away out of your grasp.
Yeah, absolutely.
Target number 21.
I will spend 3 to lower that.
Down to 18. Yeah.
Hey. Hold on, I'm looking at my other things to see if maybe being an android can help me a little bit. Nope. No, all
It's
the rest of my
big.
skills are science related. No, I get it. Speed roll. Damn.
I'll make a deal with you. I will let that
I love making
succeed,
deals.
but it does get to make a free bite against you.
That's fine.
Absolutely. Make a
I'm
might defense
A-okay
roll.
with that reality. Whee! Okay, well, I'm just gonna spend 1 silly little XP on that one.
Good call. That was a natural one for everyone at home.
Can I? Oh, I can click reroll on this. Hell yeah!
Much
There we
better.
go. Look at that.
Absolutely. Its teeth just shaked out into metal. Nothing too harmful. You grab and just throw. I once again assume not directly at any of your teams, just in that general direction.
Near the cat that is harrying Joseph in an attempt to sort of predator meet other predator.
Absolutely, yeah.
Food meet food.
Joseph, your situation may not have improved from this, but I feel like everyone else's situation has vastly improved.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Just call out the snake to Joseph.
Or
Let him know.
heads up.
I am throwing a snake at you.
Well, it is the snake's turn. It is a higher level than the cat. The cat is automatically grappled. Joseph, I need you to make a might defense roll, target number 21. Spend some points to knock that down to an 18. If you
Yeah, where do I have to spend that from?
3 from your might pool, minus if any edge that you.
Yeah, I don't have my edge. What do you think I am? Someone cool?
So 3 from your might pool.
All right, 3 from my pool, and I'll go ahead and make a might
Target
check.
number
See if I can
18.
get 18.
That is another natural 20.
Oh my god!
I will
Remember-
even let you use this as opportunity to just roll out of the way and get out of immediate range of this creature.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I just want to bring up that before the session started, JT made just a random like a roll to I think try to fix yourself during the long rest we had, and rolled a natural 20, and we're like, oh well, that's the last one of the night. Idiots that we were, not believing.
3.
I
Yeah.
never rolled this well.
Or out of the way of this creature. It wraps up around that cat-like creature, and for the moment at least, the two of them are battling it. Well, its turn is done. Joseph.
So I'm out of the way of the two of them.
Yep, there's no enemies within immediate range.
Perfect. I'm gonna go and If I can reach the ship?
If you want to move and sprint, that should get you about halfway.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't think it is anything. I mean, Snake and a
There's
cat are getting
might
along, and
be
everyone else
one
is
cat-like creature still in the fight, but if you are sprinting, it's
Yeah, I'm just
likely
gonna go
not to
for
go
it.
after you.
I'm just gonna go do the thing,
That does bring us to the cats. I don't know that any of you are particularly separated. Well, I know, Cass, you were headed towards Joseph, and Joseph just took off into the tree. I think you might be the most secluded from the others. Not by much, only by a few feet, but I think you are the most secluded. So I need you. Do you have dark vision or night vision?
Normally I do, but
But
I
you
did
gave
this
it
quirky
away.
little thing where I gave it to Nikki.
So
Yeah.
night defense roll, target number. We'll knock it down to 15.
Okay, but I also have the defense thing, so it knocks it down again.
Yep.
I'm
Down
trained in it.
to 12.
Okay.
That's a
Yes, it's the
19.
19. Wah!
Tries to bite you. Absolutely.
Do I get a little thingy? Is there a little thingy, a minor effect? Is that just missing me?
I would say that you can kick it back, so it's not in immediate range.
Yeah, I'll kick it.
Absolutely. And that brings us to Corbin. There are no enemies in immediate range. You want to take off, you can. If you weren't blind.
And that is the thing. I am still blind.
2 damage to your speed at the top of your turn.
That is correct. Yep. That's fine.
Probably have absolutely no idea that Nikki just scurried up a tree.
I sure don't. And I think that means that Corbin is panicking and just calling out Nikki's name. Like, not trying to run, not trying to leave, trying to figure out what the fuck happened here, and is probably thinking they got grabbed and dragged and is trying to figure out where they might have been taken.
We are not
Except that
concerned
he
about
can't
noise.
see. I'm not concerned about noise.
Off number 6 of 8. Does Nikki respond?
I'm gonna jump out of the fucking tree and tackle him. I'm told this seemed to be quiet so many times.
You are,
I think
unless
did
you were
not
trying to
help.
dodge this, or you as the player behind the character, if you want to make any roll to avoid it, you can, or we can say that you were tackled.
I cannot see, and I think this is the most panicked Nikki has ever seen Corbin look. So yeah, there's no way like
You are
he misses
thrown
getting
to the
tackled.
ground.
Yeah.
Nikki definitely, when they got up the tree, went quiet because, like, oh fuck, I was yelling, and now, like, I'm gonna attract things. And then here's Corbin, and for a brief minute thinks, oh shit, is Corbin hurt? And then probably gets mad, like, no, he is yelling for me because he forgot that we can't make noise. So yeah, I'm gonna launch myself out of the tree, tackle the shit out of Corbin, probably just put my hand over Corbin's mouth, not flush, but just like enough so that he knows that it's there, and just, I'm okay, please stop talking, there is no sense of recoiling from any contact that is happening right now, which is probably more contact than Nikki has allowed since coming out of the suit.
How is this the sweetest moment the two of them have had yet?
Like, you just had to bring one of us to the brink of death, Hoop. It's fine.
You're not even injured.
Not even injured. Yeah, like
I know. I get scared. Nikki gets so scared. Also, I'm a weenie now. Nikki is. My body is slowing down. Not. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm confused about my body. But yes.
we all
Aren't
are.
we all?
Aren't we all?
Honest to God. But yeah, I'm just going to stay down and I'm just going to try to cover Corbin and try to keep quiet. And if anything tries to come at us, I'm going to try and cover Corbin.
Corbin, you have an action left.
I think Corbin is just going. I mean, first of all, I
wait.
think there's an initial.
Right, it was your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at this point he probably isn't going to act except to go quiet and indicate that he understands what Nikki is saying. And just kind of gently tap them on the arm to give indication that, like, he is there, he is present, he is quiet.
That means that Cass, by a long stretch, you are the most tasty target currently present on the battlefield. What would you like to do?
Can I just sprint? Can I use everything to
Absolutely.
just
Yep.
like action and movement? Just
Catch up. Like, you're right behind Joseph.
okay.
Okay. Nikki, top of the round.
I'm going to do something that we probably should have done at the very beginning. And I'm going to grab a rock or something and I'm going to throw it in the opposite fucking direction to make some noise. And just accept that we're making noise, but hope that it draws these things' attention. Because we've all kind of scattered. And actually, where's Caldwell?
Caldwell
looked
is
over there.
by where this snake was.
Within
he's
close
probably
range.
just-
Within maybe 15.
Is that by the tree line?
Mhm.
Huh. How does a needler gun work? When does it
Very
make noise?
carefully.
Does it make noise when you shoot it? Does it make noise when it hits? Is it have a built-in silencer?
Is it called Needler? Needler?
Yeah.
Needler is a light weapon at long range.
I mean, if it's firing needles.
I would say it probably doesn't.
Oh, delight. God damn it, I should have been shooting since the beginning. Okay, what's still on the field? I'm sorry.
Just
I have
a
lost
cat.
track.
One cat.
I'm gonna shoot the fucking cat.
Do it.
Eased because it's a light weapon.
You have night vision, so it's just it would be target number 12 down to target 9.
God. That's another natural 20.
Hey. So you could just
Ah.
pump some extra damage into this thing if you wanted.
I would love to do that. It's 2 damage naturally plus the extra 3, so 5 damage.
5 damage is enough. Having being stabbed by Corbin twice, this thing is hurt. That needle just sinks in and it just crumples to the ground. That is technically the last opponent on the field. While the snake-like creature and the cat, the fighting has stopped between them. You can imagine who won. And everything. But
Very quietly over comms. Is everyone alive? Great, everybody's dead.
We're almost
Awesome.
we're almost the ship.
Sorry for throwing a snake at you. Well,
It
not at
worked.
you. Well, you know, still impolite.
Apologize once we get on the ship, please.
Are we all, as quickly as possible, darting back towards the ship?
Gonna drag Corbin's blind ass back to the ship.
Then I need everyone to make speed roll. Target number 5. You can fail one of these. 2 of these that will max out the timer.
I have a question about what the goal of these speed rolls is.
To move quickly and quietly.
Okay. Then I have a character question for one of my abilities. I have endurance, which means any duration that deals with physical activities are doubled or halved, whichever is better for me. Would that impact this? Or
really? Because that's more like long distance running, where this is just like a short burst of like sprinting, trying not to make as much.
Yeah.
Joseph, you're fine.
I'm trained
Was
in.
it
no.
Should
was
have
it try not to? Oh, sorry. Go.
target number 4. Sorry, difficulty 4. Target number 2. And it is
I'm
trying to
trained
be
in
quiet.
focusing. I'm trained in focus and concentration. I'm also trained in geography. Will either one of those help me?
Absolutely. Your target number 9.
Cool.
I'm gonna burn an XP to re-roll because that was an 8.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do the same thing because I also rolled an 8.
Absolutely.
Fuck. I've burned
I'm
through
gonna
so
roll
much fucking
first and
XP
see
in this
what-
game.
Fuck. You said 12?
12.
God damn it.
That was a 13 for me.
Wait, how many have we failed?
That is you and Corbin failing. So one of
Okay,
you
I'm
at
gonna
least
use an-
needs to
I'm gonna use an
re-roll.
XP. I'm gonna use an XP. I click it and it doesn't roll. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
And I
Can
spend
I
one
use
of
the
my
hero
XPs
point?
on it.
You can spend
Can
an
I use the
XP for
hero
someone
point?
else. You can also
Blair,
spend
take one of my XP.
We also have a hero point that we have not
When do we
touched.
get another
Absolutely.
hero point?
We never touched the first one.
I thought you used it.
Uh-uh.
No, we
Oh,
used
I
XP.
guess I'm going crazy.
Does the hero point just... It's a reroll?
Re-roll it.
It's not a succeed.
I'm going to
I'll let you
also...
spend 3 XP to auto succeed.
I don't have that. I don't... You think I have that? No. What if I didn't use anything? I will do an effort to take 3 points, though.
Okay.
Can I do that?
You're down to target number 9.
Yeah. Just the way that my rolls have been going. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, thank God I did that.
You rolled a 10. Target number 9. That is... Sorry, Corbin, would you make a might defense roll against the poison, please?
Sure, I would love to. I would nothing would make me happier.
That is all. You needed a 12. You are good. The poison's out of your system, but not before you did a little bit of stumbling in the dark. No one realizing you're blind until it finally fades and then you catch up with the others. That is 7 out of 8 filled before you all file back into the shuttle. Door closes.
Yeah, I'm going right up to the pilot's seat and getting us into the air.
You are getting signatures of a considerably larger predator out there that seems to have been creeping closer and is just watching as the shuttle powers on, lifts up into the air.
I hate to say it. I hate to be the one to say this. This planet sucks.
It really does. I don't think anybody would want to live here. I don't want to live here. So, can we just, like, figure out how to get the fuck off?
Should probably figure out how to find our compatriots first.
Find any survivors, and then we try and figure out how to get out of here. They've been here longer than us. They might know more.
You guys rest up. I will try to jack into the communications and see if this comm unit can get me in contact.
What is the likelihood of any of them having survived that? They said they didn't see the sun for 7 days.
This unit
are
is
clearly powered up at night.
This unit is picking up a signal. So something is active still.
Doesn't mean the people are.
That's what we're trying to find out.
I wouldn't say they're powered up. I'd just say they're active. One day of doing nothing versus, typical activity resuming for the other 7 days. They don't have eyes. They're not adapted to be in the light.
Didn't make a difference down there, but
Precisely, because it was dark. So you see, they don't need to see. And so at night...
I'm tracking, Joseph. I'm tracking.
An advantage.
Thank you.
So there's a possibility they're alive, that's all I'm trying to say.
Just information that would have immediately noticed. The signal that you're getting from the comms was not one that you had picked up in your...
Yay.
I would like to attempt to establish contact. However, I need to do that.
I would call that probably difficult one, which you more than... Are you saying anything?
Yeah, I'll just put out a feeler. What's the name of the flagship that we hail from?
Not a name.
I think it's just shit.
Yeah, Andrew was actively trying to remember. I don't think it was ever named.
Okay, then how about this? Attention, potential human survivors out there. This is Caldwell of Nova Team from the final bastion of humanity, sent to survey this planet. We discovered your shipwreck and your dead comrade. We are attempting to find any survivors and then attempt to find a way off of this rock. If you are out there and have any information that can help us, we would like to take you home. Please respond.
Would hear back such a low, whispered response that you have to physically turn up the volume of the whispers, shadows, lost. Doesn't make sense. I tried. I really tried. Sorry, my friends. Sorry.
Sorry is not gonna do anyone much good here if you don't elaborate. Tried what?
No response.
That was fucking ominous.
Could we hear that?
Oh yeah.
I think Cass is gonna look at Caldwell, like, does any of that sound supernatural now?
No, there's lots of stuff hanging out in the shadows of this place.
Where to?
Up.
You are safely off the ground. As safe as you can be.
I say we follow the signal.
The next closest location that Joe found seems to be a makeshift campsite. At least just an initial distant scan would look like, trees have been felled and set up as windbreak walls. We're seeing what looks like seating around probably a built-up campfire. Again, hard to tell just from scans. But you could also head towards the source of that signal.
What do we think, gang?
I think we go to where there might be a survivor.
Let's do it.
Probably can't be any worse than what we just went through.
Please don't say that.
A short fly. Wow, words just escaped my brain. Short flight over the darkened landscape under the pretty much right above that segment. Doesn't really look like there's much out here.
Is it worthwhile to go back down? Try again?
How long is it going to take for it to be daybreak again?
At least 6 more days.
We could use some time to rest up, though.
We can take a break. Hold here, hovering. See if we get any signals from down there at the camp. If someone's returns or becomes more cognizant or something.
If we do that, I'm going to take some time to maybe try to find some research on the atmosphere.
All of you can take your initial 6-second rest. But you would be hailed by that same voice. Please. I tried. Failed. Protect it, please.
You're going to have to be more specific, friend.
You're unsure at this point if they can even hear you or if they just know that a connection is.
Great, great. I love this planet. I love our captain who sent us here. I love nonsense atmospheres.
Like to go.
Yeah, I'll go down.
I'll go. They can't
Go
see
for
We'll
it.
me.
go.
Very similar landing experience to last time. Touchdown, the bay door opens. This time you are greeted by a person. Their suit is torn to ribbons, but under what looks like should be just, bone deep injuries across their body is nothing. You can see perfect skin. Their helmet is cracked and frosted over. You are not seeing the sign of breath in cold air. They look feminine. Very, very fair skin, light brown hair that streams down their face. They're holding a metal object about the size of a basketball-ish and just start taking steps towards you, holding it out.
I hold out my machete.
I think Caldwell's gun starts to spin up as well.
Not deterred.
What do you want?
Take it, please. I tried.
What will it do?
Got so lost. Whispers. So loud.
What is your name?
I would like to use enthrall.
Ooh.
As long as I am speaking, this person cannot move unless they are attacked. And so I think Corbin just kind of gets their attention on him and just starts saying, "We're here to help. Just stay right where you are. Everything's going to be okay."
You see the name tag, Khan, K-A-H-N.
Perfect. You know, that is exactly what I needed, because that means that Corbin is going to say, "I have a message for you from Mikkel. He says I love you."
Mikhail?
Yes.
I know that name.
You do.
He didn't take everything. And that outstretched, kind of like presenting this thing to you, they'd finally just let it fall out of their hands where it hits the ground.
Can I try to catch it?
Oh,
Sure.
maybe not.
Absolutely can if
Maybe
you'd
we
like.
don't let that impulse come in because clearly that was the thing it was trying to do when she went crazy.
Maybe we don't let whatever this is just slam onto the ground.
Are you concerned we're going to lose the resale value?
I'm concerned about making more noise. I am concerned about a bomb. I don't know what this is. I'm not trying to hold it. I'll make a dive for it and just I'm just trying to gently just
Toss a
ease
pillow
its
under
fall.
it.
The pillow being my hands, yes.
So hold it.
So you're touching it.
I just don't want it to clatter to the ground.
It's grass.
I'll give you a speed roll. Difficulty 2. Target number 6.
That's a 15.
Plenty. Just darting forward on instinct more than anything. Hits your hands. Are you missing any points from any of your pools?
Yes.
You are healed to full.
Maybe once in a while we fucking listen to Nikki.
This
Oh,
person,
no, let's wait.
their body, the wounds start appearing where they should. In moments,
shit.
the body has deteriorated into almost a skeletal remains and collapses.
You Dorian Grader.
What am I holding, Hoop?
Metallic orb, about the size of a basketball. There are odd asymmetrical grooves in it.
Can I get a scan on that thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you scan too? Oh yeah, you're dead.
No, I'm a robot.
Oh.
Give me a roll. If you get a natural 20, we'll talk.
Can I negotiate 20 down with skills, or are we just talking?
Well, it's a target number 30.
Oh, okay. Sure. All right. Take it down to a 29 with engineering. How about that? There you go.
Not even the slightest clue what the thing is.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Can I feel that it's having an effect on my body physically?
Immediately. Like, any aches you had are gone. Any, the multiple piercing wounds in your thigh you're fine, healthy.
I turn around to the group holding it. I think this was keeping that person alive.
You weren't dead.
I think it was
when you
preventing wounds, and I'm gonna shift so that you can see. I think it gives the appearance of healing.
Can I see it? If that person should have been dead a long time ago, I think logic follows that it will not kill you, it will just return your wounds to you, which is something we can handle.
I will hand the orb over.
Wounds.
God fucking damn it, Caldwell.
I told you. Did I not literally just say to you your wounds will reappear?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have had to have that happen if you just let me keep the fucking orb.
You want to hold
But
on to this thing for the
Nikki-
rest of your life?
Nikki is trying.
Nikki, your maximum in either might or speed. Up to you.
Damn, that other shoe dropped fast.
Caldwell, if you are missing anything from any of your pools, you're healed to full.
I'm not affected by things that affect biological beings.
No, but you have a physical body that can removed from you. I mean, it's even
That's a
like
great way of saying
mending.
to kill somebody.
I hated that.
I can remove your physical body.
Well, I can snuff your life out. I could take the light out of your eyes.
Fine.
Thanks, Boop.
I had to be specific because your body is a shell. You could move your mind into the ship if you wanted to. Like you don't have the same constraints as everyone else.
Well, okay, but now I'm worried if I let this thing hit the ground, it's gonna fix our ship.
Probably.
Don't bring it on the ship.
Where are we supposed to put it? I don't know what this thing is.
How close is fucking Mount Doom? I don't know. Call the ship the fucking Eagles.
Are you learning anything from it, Caldwell?
I need to study it first. The initial scan, nothing.
Well, my leg hurts pretty damn bad, so
Go sit down.
We
need to get back to the ship.
We have medical kits, Nikki.
It is best if nobody holds this thing. When we go back to the ship, I will attempt to study it to create a containment unit for it. Until then, I don't need any of you guys getting any more hurt than you already are. I will be fine. I am a robot. I can restore whatever is lost.
Bringing it aboard. Is that correct?
That's up to Caldwell.
I think Caldwell's pretty stuck at the threshold.
I mean, can I hit it with an actual scan?
Yeah. It's level 10.
Mm-hmm. And then whatever facts you feel are pertinent. But like matter and energy in the area, I guess, in that thing. So you don't have to tell me like actual stuff, but
The scan would more reveal more about Nikki Caldwell than the thing itself, in that they are buzzing with energy. Nikki's fading quickly, that burst of energy, but Caldwell is like a battery of energy. Cass, would you make an intellect roll? Or get number. I was gonna say 12, and now I feel bad because
Fuck,
we
shit.
had a +1 from chat.
Oh, yeah, can I use that?
The energy that you're feeling, just from this thing in general, just being around you, you have felt almost nightly for years. Something that you probably got very used to. and then have been not so used to leaving your friendly companion behind, and then now
What was that again? What was that again? Um, that's weird. Is it like, does that energy feel like neutral or anything? Like, am I getting?
doesn't feel malicious, it doesn't feel helpful, it just is.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I think Cass just does have like a little like to herself, like that's weird, and like we'll look at it and like think about it for a second. Say, I feel like normally I would agree that we don't bring it, but I don't know. I think we should bring it.
Can I ask why you think so, Cass?
I I feel like it. I don't really.
You feel like it?
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I it just it doesn't feel like it's weird, but it doesn't feel weird. Like I don't know how to fully
Cat's
explain.
actively trying not to compare this to tuna fish.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Like how do you explain like a rock with like the like cuz yeah, it's just like it like I know it like seems bad, but maybe it's not. It
I
doesn't
I never said it was bad. I'm just extremely wary of something that can only hide an injury temporarily.
I mean, somebody just dropped dead off of our ship. That was kind of bad. But like I don't know. Maybe it
I can always ask her questions.
That's a good point.
Do you think she's going to be more sapient now that she's dead?
Your body's not be buzz with
That's a
energy.
genuine question. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I know
Yeah,
that.
your body is like a buzz with energy right now. So whatever that's doing to you, you're shut up. So I'm not surprised. Maybe your brain was misfiring, but that could also be the effects of prolonged exposure. We don't know the timeline for this team yet.
Maybe we.
Although any checks you make right now are eased by 1 automatic.
She went crazy because she kept having to justify carrying a basketball-sized piece of metal around with her.
No, yeah, that would drive anybody crazy. Here's a goofy, silly.
Carry on.
Here's a pitch, right? I can't. If I let go of this thing, my body's going to be weakened necessarily. That's not necessarily a problem, but in order to make sure that this thing is contained, I can just download myself into the ship and use the body as a containment unit.
I mean, your limbs come off. Why don't you just have
Well,
a
This might as well happen, sure.
take off?
It's a pitch. You could say no.
I would say no to
I
that.
think there are steps we could take before that. That might be.
Okay. Let's have Corbin ask this lady what's up. First.
In the meantime, I mean, you can remove a limb, right? And it's still part of you. I don't know how far down the ship of Theseus do we have to.
Well, it's like the limbs won't operate on their own, but they do have to be connected to me for me to move them.
Well,
I don't know this thing's rules.
I'll just hold it while Corbin does his thing.
It's probably the best, yeah.
I mean,
Caldwell's just like holding it all the way out.
Yeah. You're free to ask this body question. Yeah.
So Corbin will once again kneel down, touch the body, and I think he'll just start in this case with, where did you find the orb?
Cavern. Locked away. Broke the door. The caverns collapsed behind us. They didn't make.
How long have you been carrying it?
Don't know.
When did the whisper start?
After all the rest of them died. Still hear them.
The whispers were the voices of your teammates?
Yes.
What did they tell you to do?
Going. Not let the thing fall into the wrong hand.
And as Corbin is asking these questions, I mean, you can all see he is getting more and more exhausted. But that does not stop him from asking. And whose hands would be the wrong hands?
Anyone bends life. It creates structure. Builds temples around it. Whoever buried it here, buried it for a reason.
I don't have many more questions I can ask. Is there anything else you think we should ask her?
Is there an off switch or a neutralizer for it that they're aware of, but just didn't have access to?
And Corbin would ask, have you found any ways to neutralize it, or know of any ways that could?
What happened to Commander Rodriguez?
Asking what happened to Commander.
If there's still availability for questions at this time, yeah.
Commander lost somewhere in caverns. Don't know what happened to them. Give you a little more information. The voice would point you direction and coordinates of how to get to the cavern.
Then Corbin would just ask. He would say, I know almost everyone else is gone, it sounds like. Are there any final words of yours that you would want me to carry with you? What did you try to do?
There's a pause. Clearly, the mind behind the body does not want to answer this question, but is compelled to do. Tried to leave the other. Tried to escape. I got them killed.
And I will carry those apologies for you. And Corbin will release her. And I think, given that he burned almost all of his intellect doing that, just collapse on the ground beside her.
Oh, okay, that's a normal side effect of that.
Nikki goes to Corbin, had been pointedly not engaging in conversation. But we'll go to Corbin, doesn't say anything, just grabs his arm and kind of loops it around their shoulders and pulls him to stand. And we'll just start moving him back toward the ship.
Loading all back up. Back up. From our vantage point, you can see that various scavenger creatures are starting to wander in to see what this pile of bones is. Pick at it. Left. But otherwise, everything once again quiet. Before we close, is there anything that any of you would like to do? All right.
Wait. Where did Caldwell put Caldwell put the thingy, the rock?
Caldwell has not set the rock down, does not want to risk it touching the ship
I see.
quite yet.
You don't want it to repair your ship?
I want to
That
run
would
some
be so bad.
experiments before we go playing around with that.
I think wherever you're like standing and slash or sitting, Cass probably like sitting close, just like looking at it. Not really saying anything, but just kind of like hanging out.
Cass, I know I'm the last person you probably want to open up to about whatever it is you're doing. But why the interest in this?
I'm just sitting. I'm literally just sitting here.
Sitting awfully close to me.
Sorry, do I need to scoot down?
No, that's not the complaint here. I don't feel physical presences, so you can't really be in a personal space. But this is a machine, sort of, and I understand why Nikki was so interested in it, and I feel bad for taking it from them, but, you know, shiny red buttons and Nikki are not they're a very potent combination, and I adore them to the moon and back, but I don't want to lose anyone again to this, so I would really like to know what your interest in this is.
I'm not touching it, if that's what you're worried about.
That's not my concern. You just seem more interested in this than you have in anything we've ever brought onto this ship. Or brought home.
That is not true, and she points to the cats in the
The
corner.
animals don't count.
Holding it right now, you don't feel anything?
I mean, I understand that there's an energy being put into and coursing through, but it's not really a feeling necessarily.
I think she'll like look like down, and like after a beat say, Caldwell, I'm sorry, I just don't think, because, and like without saying because you don't have a body, but hint at that, to be like, I just don't think you'd get it.
So this is a body thing? You're interested in how this will make you feel? I worry that could perhaps probably have drug-like implications, you know? If something in small doses makes you feel great and then you feel really shitty after using it, that's addiction creating cycle is what it is.
Okay, you're really trying to science this, and I feel like that's not. It has a feeling to it, that's it.
A feeling that you're not going to tell me because I wouldn't get it?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad. I wish
sorry.
I could, but no, it's fine. I would like to understand your interest in this, that's all.
I mean, I'm telling you what I know. It has a feeling to it, and I don't know how to put it into any other words than that.
It was a wise team that once told me that it is best to communicate what you're thinking and doing and feeling, so that when you do something rash, Cass, the behavior is more understandable.
I think with that, you kind of see like not like too heavy, but like Cass like stands up and her face is like kind of peeved, a little bit, and I think she's gonna say, okay, so you want to talk to me about communication, right? I'm telling you what I know. And if I can't tell you anything else, I'm sorry. That I said what I said. And there's nothing else that I know about it. And I think she's going to walk off. She's going to go sit in the cat puddle and start feeding the cats again.
You do also all have like your individual bunk rooms, basically. It's not much of a, like maybe 6 feet wide by like 10 feet long, but it is
then
meant to give you individuals.
She'll get the food bar and lead the cats to her bunk then.
Yeah. Have some company as you sit, feeling all of the little tippy tappy paws of creatures, and then feel something rub up against your back. A familiar purr just kind of rumbling with you.
Like how familiar?
As familiar as tuna fish coming and just curling up next to you, going to sleep in a little ball.
Ooh, I think she's gonna like pick up tuna fish and just be like, just like really shocked, and then instantly stuff tuna fish into her jacket, and I think just kind of like sit there really like wide-eyed for a second, because and she'll like look down and just be like, did you stow away on the ship? I literally locked the room. I told you not to do that. It just is like freaking out. And then I think she'll go, oh, okay. Well, I guess damn it. And it's just going to kind of like just start petting tuna fish. And I think it's just kind of like, oh man, it's just like really freaked out, doesn't know why tuna fish is here, how tuna fish got here. And it's like gonna kind of whisper to tuna fish, just like, do you feel that thing too, right? I'm being coached by a fucking cat. Okay. Well, if you could just tell me if there's anything that you know about it or something, or this is all really fucking weird, so much weirder than I thought it was going to be coming to this place. And I think she's just gonna like ramble, just be like, like it feels like a thing, and like re-explain everything that just happened to tuna fish.
Anyone walking by would probably hear a one-sided conversation as Cass is just loudly ranting. Probably just needs some space, needs some alone time.
I was trying to be slightly quiet, not like, I mean, it's probably like, it probably started as a whisper, and as the ranting keeps going on, like,
not
goes
reverberated through the ship or anything, but if someone walks by your door, they might hear some muffled piece of the conversation.
Right.
But yeah, that revelation in mind. Anything else from the rest of you before we close?
I think Nikki is just like keeping an eye on Corbin as he rests, as he recuperates, and is drawing, but does not show anybody what they are drawing, but is sitting quietly and drawing the whole time.
Then, with that, I think episode 3, our Nova one-shot that started many, many months ago, can come to a close. Only one person almost died. I feel successful. Great session. And without fail, I planned for about half hour of content, and the rest of you all just fill the rest of the 3.5 hours, and it's great. I never have to worry about under-preparing for a session. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone that came out to support us. Random Rhapsody, Roll D5, thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for sharing your communities with us. We love you so very much. And it is late, so I'm going to go around quickly let everyone tell you who they are, where you can find them, and then we get out of. Throw in some more upbeat here. Had so many emotions today. There we go. Let's go reverse order. So we'll go bottom to top, right to left, which means we're starting with JT.
Oh boy, buckle up, everybody. It's a lot. It's a number of things. Okay. Hi, I'm JT, at We Jeet all over the internet. I pronounce they, them. Tonight I was Caldwell, robot extraordinaire. I am in a few things. For one, I am in this, which is every other Wednesday, and I run Beacon over on High Shelf. It is a post-apocalyptic 40K inspired apocalypse world that my players are currently having a great, gentle time with. I'm so very nice to them. And I also am the proprietor over at Entropy Emporium. We have a lot of really cool long form games running over there right now. In fact, this very Friday, is going to be the finale of Lust and Dust: Tales from the Thirsty Wastes, which is Taylor's Mad Max Thirsty Sword Lesbians campaign. It has been an absolute blast to see. There are a couple people here who are in that, so I will let them talk a little bit about it. And then the following Tuesday is a horror masks game called They Call Us Villains, which someone here is running, not me. Followed by that, we're not having Project Reach next Thursday, but Project Reach is bi-weekly every other Thursday. It is our dot hack style Cypher system game where we are doing a heist in the internet. My character is ready to stab someone and is just looking for some general violence. We have a Girl by Moonlight Neon Genesis Evangelion type campaign by Will coming up called God Complex. That is looking to be an absolute blast. Other than that, you can find me all over. We have Discords everywhere. Lost Caravan Discord, I'm in there. High Shelf. Saturday, A Season of Secrets and Shadows.
I was about to say.
I'm playing the Fairy Queen, Octavia Frostpin. She's ready to have a normal romantic season and not a violent cooey one. Just for sake of not marking her career with 3 seasons of violence. Just hoping for a regular one. Come see that this Saturday at, I think it's like 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Central?
3 p.m. 2 p.m. Central.
2 p.m. Central. Or 3 p.m. Eastern for those of you on the seaboard. That is all the serious stuff I have right now. Maybe more in the future, who knows? Not me.
Muted
Hoop.
And that is all of the secrets of this. Anyways,
we'll never know.
if only captions were up and we could. Anyways, over to JD.
Hey, I am JD. I can be found on the internet at JD.JasonDean. Tonight I have been Corbin Calloway. I'm going to keep this short mostly because my brain is like going completely offline, but I have a quieter week because a lot of games I'm in were canceled. I will be there for a Season of Secrets and Shadows on Saturday with Live from the Apocalypse, our Regency Monster Hearts game, which just started its 3rd season. I will be back on Sunday for Academy H, our Masks actual play podcast, where I play a nice normal boy who has nothing weird going on with him, who does bone magic, and it's fine and normal. And then because I love Masks so much, I will be running They Call Us Villains over on Entropy Emporium on Tuesday. I will also be running Redacted, our psychological horror game, over on Live from the Apocalypse next Thursday, and then I will be running the second table of A Season of Secrets and Shadows next Friday, because I cannot just do one table for this game. I had to juggle 2 with 8 players. I have other things coming up, but the best way to find that out is to check the socials, because at this point I pretty much have at least one game almost every single night. So if you want to know where I'm going to be, that's the best way to find out. And I think I'll leave that there.
It is impressive, and I worry for your TTRPG brain, but I believe in you. And that brings us over to our resident cowboy, Blair.
Yeehaw, motherfuckers. Hi, I'm Blair or _. Canadian Moose. I know it's confusing. But I'm not a moose, nor am I Canadian. I forgot I have to say that now because people get mad at me. I have been playing Cass, just your average girl with a 3-eyed cat. And yeah, it's a blasty blast. I can normally be found sometimes when I'm doing stuff over on HSC. That's a little home base. And then this Friday, go watch the finale of Less Than Death. It was really good. Sorry, secrets. We had to pre-record it. So we already know what happened, but you go find out. And yeah, hopefully season 2. But yeah, then Monday also on Entropy Emporium. Oh no, wait, no, it's not this Monday, it's next Monday.
Yeah, it's the Monday
Taskmaster.
after.
It's the Monday after. I don't know when anything is. Minecraft SMP, that's already chaotic. I'm still a green life, so what up? There's so many yellow lives and I'm scared. But yeah, it's a fun time. And that's kind of all I'm in, other than coming back to Nova. That's all I'm in right now. I feel like I haven't signed up for anything because my brain's like break. So that's what I'm doing. But I can be found on Discords and whatever. Yeah.
I mean, if you sign up for the Worst Days game that I'm running, you might be able some more stuff.
I possibly we'll see. I do need to sleep. But yeah.
Up to Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. Most everything that I am involved in has been mentioned. I'm over on Entropy Emporium a lot. I'm over on High Shelf Collective for Beacons. I am here for Nova. I am here for our Fabula Ultima campaign, Fatal Ascension. And coming up in the next couple of months, I will be running a campaign of Invisible Sun over on Entropy Emporium. So come hang out. I'm excited. My characters have given me some cool players. My players have given me some cool characters to traumatize, which I'm really excited about because I've never gotten to be on that seat. And 2 of the people on this screen have done a lot of traumatizing to my characters. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's me. Come follow me on social media for upcoming projects.
Hey, and over to Turk.
Hey everybody, I am Turk, or Turk Accented if you're feeling up for it. And I was playing Joseph Vladimir. Yeah, if you want to see, if you like my face and the words I say, then you can continue to follow me online, mostly here in the upcoming few days. I was checking it out. I've only got 2 other things on their channel, but most prominently tomorrow or today if you're on the East Coast like me. Every Thursday until the collective heat death of the universe, there's Delta Green. We're running an Impossible Landscapes game. We're on season 3 of, I think there are 4 chapters in the book. There might only be 3. I have no idea. But it's been great. We're trying to take a train into New York City while being hunted by forces both eldritch and mundane. And, you know, demons are real and reality is fake. It's fun stuff. Beyond that, I will be in a Lancer one-shot on the 14th and a Fallout one-shot on the 20th. So if you want to hang out and check out some cool systems, then please do. And then over on Neon Lights on the 15th and 17th, where I will be running Oathsworn as the Dragon Lords, which is my big epic mythology campaign I've been running for 2+ years. Over on Neon Lights Roleplay, well, across various 2 channels now, but it's been great. If you haven't had a chance to join us, please, if you can, I would appreciate it because it's my birthday week or whatever. But and then Wednesday for By His Shadow Peace, which is a Wrath and Glory 40k game where we're going to be in some pretty dire situations right from the start. So Phantom 40k and Space Marine on Chaos Space Marine violence. Got good news. Bad news for me, but good news for you. Anyway, keep being the best versions of yourself I know you can be. See you next time.
Are you running any Lancer in the near future?
So I won't be running it in the future, but we will have a recording going up on the 30th of our first, our like intro session, basically, of Tears of Divinity, Fading Chronicle. And that will be once every 4 weeks. So the next session for that will be at the end of May. It's going to feel like ages, but it gives me a lot of time to prep and gives my players the time they need to do all their incredible projects that I'm sure Hoop will tell you about.
I don't do anything ever. I'm just a little guy hangs out in my corner of the internet, and I tell silly little stories with all of my friends. And if you want to come and tell silly stories, we do have a Discord. The link is down below the big old button that says Discord. It is where we post things like our monthly casting calls, our schedules, and just generally hang out and giant nerds. If you like my face, that's where I'm at 24/7, so come hang. But that's all I got. I'm gonna let these lovely people go to sleep. Throw it right over to our friends over at Dice Legends, who are playing a game about something, I'm pretty sure. It's definitely a game about something. But we're gonna go share some love with them, as we like to do with all of the wonderful folks in this community. But, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.